Hey folks, how you doing? It's a Friday night, the last day of March 2023. Tomorrow, or very, very shortly, I should say, because we will probably be live whilst this is going to be the 1st of April. Whatever comes of that, I guess, will come of that. But hey, so
I mean, it already is for Red.
That's true. That's true. Red, it's already April 1st where you are. Have you seen any weirdness occur yet? Have you seen any weird kind of wackiness?
Well, I haven't been outside, but I mean, some games have updated for the April Fool's update, so like I was just before I came on here, I was playing Satisfactory, and in April Fool's, the sizes of the creatures change, and your player character has a big head.
You know, I wonder how much actual like development time is dedicated to the April Fool's joke. Like in the video game world. Wow.
Yeah. Apparently Among Us has a horse mode.
Horse mode.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually saw a message in one of my Discord servers. It was like, is it time to revive Among Us? And I'm like, I got a game tonight. Sorry guys.
I want to play Among Us.
You know,
I've never played with you, Maeve. I feel like that would be really fun. I would like to play Among Us with Maeve.
Maybe.
I would love that. Maybe don't invite my boyfriend. I love you, hun, but you're always evil. And
he's in chat, so now you can hear you.
But that's kind of what makes it the best. See, here's the best part: is I play Among Us like once every 6 months, and I'm always playing with people who play all the time. So they're like, "Oh, we're on this map," and they know where everything is, and I'm just running around like a fucking idiot. Like I don't know where any of my jobs are. And they're like, "You killed him." They're like, "Where were you?" They're like, so where were you when they killed it? I'm like, I don't fucking know. There was like a glowy thing next to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I was trying to find the water supply. I don't know if I was anywhere near it, and everyone always thinks I'm lying and ejects me.
I mean,
and I'm just like, no, guys, I really just don't know what's going on. I'm lost.
And of course, there's the updates that have been since I actually played, which had another player being able to vent and Ghosts being able to save people and stuff
the
like
group
that.
I play with plays with the Town of Us mods where there's all these crazy additional rules and it's super complicated, and I'm just like, I was like, guys, you all know I'm a fucking moron. I'm just here to have fun, y'all. Peace. Maybe I'll survive.
Listen.
No, but he's fun to play with.
He's so fun to play with that
I believe it. I believe it.
He kills me all the time.
You know, Maeve, he's so fun.
He does.
He's so fun to play with that he's decided that because it is already April Fool's, where Red is.
Oh no, did he already Taroka us?
That he Taroka'd Mick.
Of course he did.
With a common Taroka, spending his peremptory 100 points. When we get, of course, done with the high Taroka, we're going to have to change the points value. Eliminate that, give it something else.
I mean, you can always just add in something fun.
Come up with a new mechanic at that point level.
Fun? Did you say the word fun?
Fun in Ravenloft?
How
what
dare
are you talking about?
This is not domains of fun.
You could implement. I mean, Matt, you could always like implement the D10,000 wild magic surge for that point value.
I was actually thinking he just gives us cursed magical items that we find.
I don't need points for that.
I'm already fighting with one.
You kind of already are, yeah, exactly. Speaking of cursed magical items, this is my awesome segue. We're missing Louisa tonight, unfortunately, due to the curse of having a life. You know, and no, I'm just kidding.
She's on a boat.
She's on a boat.
So
I know, right?
She's on a boat somewhere, having a great old time, and so we miss you very much, Megan. Hopefully, you are enjoying yourself and you are safe, and you come home to your real home. I'm just kidding. Here on Slices and Dices.
We saw Chris was taking care of Barley last night. Kitty's all good.
Look at that. See, you have cat sitters. I'm very happy.
Cats for days.
Cats for days. But what we don't have for days.
That's my house.
What we don't. Oh wow. What we don't have for days is the time to play. So, shall we get into tonight's episode of Ravenloft Domains of Dread? It is episode 35, ladies and gentlemen. So let's make the best of it. Here we go. So, previously. On Ravenloft Domains of Dread. Now, after finding out the... Ooh, there goes my music. Come on, music. There we go.
I can hear it.
No, I know.
No.
The music on my tab. I'm opening up multiple tabs. Previously, on Domains of Dread, after finding out the truth about Amnestria, our intrepid mist hunters have made their way through the domain of Mordant to the home of the woman who we previously knew as Amnestria, now something different. Loria Weathermay Foxgrove. The home of her long-lost family, the Weathermay Foxgroves. Led there by none other than Dr. Rudolf van Richten, apparently an associate of the Order of the Guardians. You were sent to this land to search for information on something called the Apparatus, as well as understanding further its connection to the amber sarcophagi, which have been littered throughout the domains. You found last time that Amnestria's current persona is actually the result of a merging of the ghost of Loria Weathermay Foxgrove with the trapped spirit of her sister Jennifer, whose body the both of these personas now currently possess, one at a time. But in order to find the apparatus and the device that powers it, supposedly something called the Rod of Hutris, Van Richten and his associate Hafiz Nan-Loran have offered to perform a seance in which the spirits of once-dead adventurers would possess your current forms in order to parlay with the undead lord of Mordant, Wilfred Godefroy. And so, forcing the party's personalities to a temporary dormancy, the five ghosts possessed the party, Cabe as well, causing a drastic personality change, albeit one that almost gave away Amnestria's true form to her father, who still thought her long dead. Each of these five spirits supposedly has knowledge of each other from before they died, as well as information about the apparatus, as well as the Rod of Hutris. But what's more, they are each aware of unfinished business that tethers their spirits to this land. And they know that they will remain trapped here, at least until that business is concluded. Now, the party, shall we call them, at least for now, awakens after a night's rest with their dreams or nightmares the night before wiped clean from their minds and disappearing like the morning mists into a dreary day. So we open on the small shop, Dr. Rudolf van Richten's shop, where you have all taken your rest, and determined that today you will commune with Lord Wilfred Godefroy. Perhaps as well taking the time to conclude or resolve your unfinished business whilst you still have these humanoid bodies to use for that purpose. So I turn it to you, whilst of course I will be taking on the role of multiple personalities, but of course as well Megan's character. What do you wish to do?
So
I'm just going to quickly change my display name to who I'm possessed, like Sarah did.
Sure.
So I don't get confused.
That's a smart idea. Yeah. You mean in Zoom?
That's a great.
No, in Roll20.
Oh, in Roll20, even better. There you go. So actually, yeah, let's remind our watchers who it is that you guys are now, because you're not each other's remembered characters any longer, even though your name is displayed prominently on our overlay, because I'm just too lazy to change it. What is it that who is it that you guys are really?
So I am Adir, the gender-neutral wizard.
Okay.
Adir Kirishil.
I am Devin Glenn, who is rather he's having a difficult time with his diminutive status and size right now, and strength. And he was once a former guard of the Weathermay Foxgroves.
Cool. Cabe has already as well. Cabe has had his their personality possessed by the spirit of one Zan Kirov, who is not quite sure, certainly some kind of a very aggressive, a little bit kind of dim-witted, but certainly very aggressive martial figure. In terms of who you are reminded of when you remember Zan Kirov, he was certainly part of your group before, and it seems like Zan Kirov has a sort of predilection towards kleptomania. Likes to pick up things and forget that they did that. You know, finding out maybe a couple weeks later that they have it in their bag. It's fine. Not the most sort of erudite scholar. Certainly one of intense streetwise sense, though. I will give Zan Kirov that. And of course, Mick, who are you?
I am playing as, I just read it up, Ren Aglion, or Aglion.
Okay.
The party's cleric, but he's also a sailor. So he's certainly got his sea legs, as I think the old term goes, and he much prefers it on the open seas than on dry land. So
that's fair. So Luis's body is actually taken over by an adventurer whose name is Karsten Engelsfeuer, who actually remembers you, specifically Ren, quite well, because you actually served on the same ship as Ren and brought you both to Mordant a long time ago. Karsten is for all intents and purposes, Karsten is a sort of a more, not necessarily a more martial type, but certainly more sort of a hunter. Has a predilection towards using bows. One of the artifacts on the table during the seance was a bow. That was Karsten's bow. Also, you know that Karsten has a great desire to find some kind of a book, which they've been missing for a long time. The first thing that Karsten said or remembered when he first sort of awoke from being possessed was, "Gotta go find my book." So that's sort of the long and the short about Karsten. For some reason or another, Karsten has a burning desire to find this book.
He used to think about it daily.
Daily, yes. Well said.
Didn't get my joke. It's okay.
I got it. I didn't want to laugh. Hey, it's fine. Karsten Dale. Jesus. Let's. You know what? I'm really thinking of moving that Taroka pull from Red to you, Maeve, based on that. That's just,
really?
It's really harsh.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
having a hard time.
Well,
look,
I mean, after midnight you can.
That's true.
I mean,
after midnight.
We all
you
make
don't
our
have
choices.
to do it before midnight. If you do it after midnight, it's April 1st, so then you can do it.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm down for it. Let's do that common Tarokka pull right now. Yeah. All right. So first and foremost, let's just go ahead and move over to the big screen so we can see the map. You guys are obviously still in Mordenshire, and here we go. Let's see what we can see here. Or in fact, let's give you a little Mordenshire ambiance. Let's see. This time of the morning, it's probably low tide, so just a little bit. You hear the sounds of the lapping waves from where you are. I like this music too. I'm a really big fan of this music. We'll keep
JF just made it certain.
Oh, well, there you go. Two Tarokka decks. Two Tarokka deck pulls.
Womp womp womp.
He did it.
Oh, gee, guys, only I'm left.
Look at this. Look how they're baiting. Look how they're baiting our chat audience. Amazing.
I mean, well, to be fair, I mean,
if Mad Mage taught me anything, curses are fun.
Curses are fun.
Exactly. But are they on us or are they on the characters we're playing?
Oh, interesting point.
You're making me think, Maeve. I don't like it when you make me think. It makes my job harder. It's fine. I'm going to actually, just because I don't want to I don't want to let the balloon out of the air all at once. I'm just going to go ahead and just did I just say I want to let the balloon out of the air? I meant to say the air out of the balloon. Boy, I need some better alcohol. I don't want to let the air out of the balloon all at once. So let's just do it now for what occurs with your current bodies and possessed spirits. Sure, why not? Here we go. So let's see. Common Tarokka. Let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. First one goes to our friend Mikmek. Deal. One card. Oh my god, this is worse. You guys have changed your names. I don't remember who's who. You're Ren Aglion. Yes, there we go. Okay, Ren. Ren Aglion, you've got a card.
And Maeve is Devin.
What's making you think?
It's making my nose bleed. All right, go ahead and take that card, throw it on the table, and let's see what you got. Oh, that's a new one. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Where'd it go?
It's in the middle of the table.
Where the fuck is it?
It's in the middle of the table.
It's in Mordenshire.
Not where I was looking.
Mercenary.
Okay. It's in Mordenshire. Have we?
The Mercenary.
I don't know.
I feel like you have. Oh, let's find out. Let's see.
Inner strength of those who fight for power or wealth. That rings like something we've had before.
I feel like that.
I feel like Moynot pulled this one before. That sounds familiar.
Did you pull this one in the manor?
The Mercenary. The Mercenary has never been pulled, or if it has not yet been accepted.
Okay. Or it hasn't been used.
Yes. Okay. So this is to Mikmek. Mikmek, you wake up in the morning and you feel like $1 million because you haven't actually really gone to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you think to yourself, how can I sleep but not sleep? How does your body do that? Like you've just been sort of staring out into space. Like you've been just daydreaming for a little bit. But you know that your eyes haven't actually closed. You've been watching the sun peek through the clouds, casting this sort of gray pall over Mordenshire. So, whatever form you've taken in this new life that you've obtained, it's one that doesn't need to sleep. And as you stare out the window of your room, you look down onto the streets of Mordenshire, and there's sort of a gray fog that enshrouds the town as people still haven't yet come out yet to begin their daily purveyances. And there are shapes that you see sort of moving through the fog. Are they people? Are they things that are not people? You're not quite sure. But one of them, it's like you're looking at clouds in the sky and the shape of a cloud is reminiscent of a specific object or a person. And this one is reminiscent of a helmet with a bold crest on the front of it. As you stare at this helmet made of mist, there is a sort of a revelatory sight as two glowing blue eyes appear in the eye holes of this mist helmet. And you know, somehow, that this is some kind of a force or a being that wishes to connect with you. The question is, will you accept that connection or not?
Could I make a roll for it?
What kind of roll would you like to make?
I was thinking, seeing as Ren is now the cleric, maybe a religion check to see if this is a guiding light from his god or something.
Yeah, make a religion check.
Religion. 21.
Not bad.
You know, since the time that you've inhabited this body, you haven't had any sign of anything from your god. There hasn't been a real connection anymore. So you feel that although this isn't a connection of your previous deity, it's definitely a sign of something. You're not quite sure what. It's a sign of some extraplanar force that is very real. It's not your imagination at all. Perhaps trying to make a connection with you in the place of your god.
Okay, then in that case, I think Ren would take it. Take the boon or whatever it shall be, as he is trying to find a connection of some description to a higher plane of being. Or higher planar being, I should say.
When you take the connection into your being, you know that this being wishes to give you a gift. Wishes to give you a boon. And that is an ability. It's an ability that is granted normally to not clerics, but paladins of a specific order. Which is the ability to smite down with great anger and furious vengeance those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. Specifically speaking, this is the ability to cast the spell Blinding Smite.
Ooh, that's
as a
good one.
third level
That's
spell.
really nice.
It's a very good one.
Once you use that feature, you cannot use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Okay. So Blinding Smite once per short or long rest.
But does it last 24 hours?
It does last 24 hours.
Okay.
So if we take a short rest, you would get it back. That's nice. That's a repeatable
That is
boon.
very nice.
Yep. And considering as an officer, he actually can't cast level 3 spells yet, so that's even better.
Okay. So the answer is yes?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So yeah, you feel a sort of a cold seeping into your body. And it, for some reason, feels very comfortable. It's like when you're drinking a pure glass of cold water on a scorching hot day. And you look down at your hand, your mechanical hand, and it begins to sort of glow with an orange light, which is this power is resident within you if you wish to use it. This potential power. So now I'm going to go ahead and mark that one off because you've accepted it. Okay.
Just put Blinding Smite onto my character sheet.
Yeah, throw that on there.
It for
Third
one
level.
special long rest. Yep. It's in the compendium, so that's easy.
It is. Drag and
There
drop.
you go.
Amazing. Thank you, roll 20.
I
All right.
love it.
Let's go ahead and take this back into the deck. And let's shuffle.
Oh, and Miss Deadite made the trifecta.
Excellent. A third one to my knowledge.
Nice.
Thank you, Miss Deadeye.
Thanks, Miss Deadeye.
Thanks, Miss Deadeye.
I'm not left out. Yay. I feel
Yay!
loved. I'm sure I'm going to get cursed, but it's cool. Fine
I
with it.
mean,
Save the best
it
for
is,
last.
it's absolutely. So let's shuffle.
It's Ravenloft, baby.
And we're going to deal one card to... Oh boy, here we go. This is Devin Glenn. This is to you, Mistria. Or
Okay.
Devin, whatever. We're making too many names here.
I added. Well, no, that's their full name.
That's right, Devin Glenn. Damn straight.
I think we all did our full names, so.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hat trick.
Okay.
Well said, Miss Deadeye. All right, let's go ahead with Amnestria's card. Let's see what it is.
There it is.
Where did you put it? Oh, it's down there in the bottom. My bad. I didn't see it. Let's blow that sucker
Oh,
up.
we've had this
Oh,
one
it's
before.
this fucking guy
The
again.
beggar.
Definitely had this guy before.
Beggar. One of my favorites. A perennial favorite.
Is he the one who keeps coming back all the time?
Maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
he is.
I think he is, yeah.
We've seen him a lot, actually.
I feel like we've had him several times, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think this may be the third time, so
This is
Yeah.
the
is
third
it
time
reversed again? So it's a positive again?
now. No.
No, I'm pretty sure they
So-
say negative after the first one.
No,
No,
wait, I
actually,
beg your
it's-
pardon. I beg your pardon. The beggar should have been removed.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
Ah,
beggar
okay.
should have been removed. I'm so sorry about that. The beggar should
Yeah.
have been
It's
removed. Remove card.
because it'd been
Yeah,
cursed.
let's try that again.
Yeah, right.
Shuffle. Yeah, because it had been cursed already. Let me yeah.
Isn't that the one that took out half our health last time?
That was not the beggar.
No.
All right, so
Beggar
let's,
did something to your money.
let's try that again. One card to Devin Glenn. Deal. Okay, this is the soldier.
Oh, this is perfect for Devin, and I don't think we've had this one.
I don't think
No,
we've
I
had
think
this
we
one
have. I
either.
think we got the soldier
Have
for Amnestria.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. At the very start of the game, we did get it.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I think it was in what was it? The place that we all want to forget.
No, that was the warrior.
Oh,
War and sacrifice, the stamina to endure great hardship.
I could
So,
be wrong, but
The soldier.
I feel as though this is. Have we
That'll
had
tell
this one?
us.
The soldier has already been cursed as well. Good gracious, I have not been very good
Oh
with this.
no, Matt.
Yeah. Oh no, I beg your pardon. The soldier was cursed, but it was not taken for the second time. So this is
Ah,
a
there we
cursed.
go.
This is a cursed Taroka deck pull now. So
look what you did, JF.
look what you did. Look what you did to my boy. Look how they butchered my boy. All right.
I
So
hope I'm not going to get murdered.
well, here's what happens, Amnestria, or I should say Devin. Devin, you wake up in the morning, you sort of rub the salt out of your eyes because you realize that staying so close to the sea for some reason or another in this new form, your eyes have sort of been almost sort of fused shut from all the condensation and salt air. You rub the salt out. Massacred. That's right, not butchered. Massacred, my boy. And you get out of bed, and you are so goddamn tired. You fall to the floor. You can barely lift your arms. For the next 24 hours, your base speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Oof. Ouch.
Do I trip over a deer when this happens?
Yes, you definitely trip over a deer.
Well, a deer and Devin were staying in the same room, but we didn't really specify.
No, I think a deer slept on the floor.
Okay.
So yeah, you get out of the bed, you trip over the deer. He goes, "Oh!" They go, "Oh!" and wake up.
I just feel so tired today. I couldn't sleep at all.
They put a hand on his forehead. You don't feel feverish, and you look. And they kind of do a glance. Do they notice anything awry with the disguise on Adir's or on Devon's face?
You can make a perception check if you want.
All right. 20.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a little askew, but nothing. Maybe a couple of minutes of adjustment wouldn't fix.
Adir kind of looks at his face and says, "You look different. Hold on a second. Is that?" It like touches his face. Like that's makeup. That's not what this person really looks like.
Actually kind of surprised this chick is wearing makeup. She just doesn't really seem like the type.
Well, she must have had a reason to not want to be recognized. We probably should fix that. And she's gonna, or they, fucking up my own pronouns. Jesus.
It happens.
They're gonna go digging through Moynot's stuff and find the disguise kit and say, "Oh, this will probably help." And start trying to touch up the places where the disguise has gone wrong.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to roll a check for that or not.
No, I think you're fine. But it is at that point that the third of our hat trick takes place.
There we go.
So I think it's perfect timing. So let me shuffle again.
And that means that's the last common for the session.
That's the last common for the session. It usually happens in the beginning. It gives me time to sort of use that.
It does. Yeah.
24 hours from now, so we'll see what happens. So
I mean, it makes sense to affect us at the beginning of the session so that if we get cursed, it fucks us. The whole thing, right?
Exactly. There is your card, Adir.
All right. What do we got here?
All right. That is
the Illusionist?
The Illusionist.
Lies and deceit, grand conspiracies, secret societies, the presence of a saboteur. I feel like we've had this before.
I think we had
this before too.
Let's find out if you actually took it or not. That's the question.
Oh, that's
the
true.
Illusionist actually has been taken. Which means that you are now taking the cursed version of the Illusionist. So this is great. As you look into Devon's face, and as you sort of try to merge the makeup, you realize that your fingers are sort of like melding into Devon's face, and you feel like there are like tentacles and all kinds of like spider legs bursting from the skin of Devon, and you just like scrabble back. You see terrifying apparitions for the next hour. Please roll 6d6.
Oh my god. Okay.
You take 21 psychic damage.
Oh no.
Yikes! I don't have a token here, so I have to do math. Hold on.
I'll take care of it for you on your character sheet.
Does Adir know about the mouse on... Oh, yeah, the mouse there. Have we looked?
At least I only see them for an hour, but damn! 60 minus 21 is going to be 49. 49. No.
39.
Yeah,
39.
no.
39.
39, yes.
Yeah.
39. Okay. Not bad.
So at any random point in the next hour, Sarah, by all means, feel free to expound on the...
Roleplay, seeing crazy shit? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Hit me with that.
Okay. Noted, sir. But as
and of course Devon sees that.
Oh yeah.
As they sort of pull themselves back together and look at Devon, and Devon looks normal again.
You okay?
This whole situation's been really disconcerting, and Oh, I think it just got the better of me for a second. Here, let me finish that, and we'll finish touching up the makeup. And then, out of habit, go for their spell book, realize it's not there, and just be like, I don't have a spell book. But I cast a spell yesterday, and as I recall, the spell that they cast accidentally the other day was Eldritch Blast.
Well, they cast a few.
Yeah, they're just
Eldritch Blast, Blooming Blade.
Yeah, they're just gonna dick around for a second, and like, because I did a little research, and there's only a couple of spells Moynot has that Devin wouldn't at least be aware exist, or it's not Devin, that Adir wouldn't at least be aware exist. So they're gonna dick around. They're gonna like just cast a few random cantrips. Just be like, okay, well those still work, so that's good. Okay, all right. I can work with this. This is cool. All right, I'm good. This might be fun. I might learn something new.
There you go.
Sorry, are you okay? How are you? Did you sleep all right?
I didn't really sleep at all, actually. I felt the overwhelming need to meditate, but it wasn't until like the end of the night.
Huh. Well, you do look kind of elfy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to work for the Weather Maze, and both daughters and Lord were a lot. I'm trying to think of the name of them. What are they? They were like an intelligence check. Yeah, like an intelligence check to see if he would remember.
Yeah, sure. A history check. History check would be fine.
Yeah. That's a 4.
You don't remember. Sorry to say.
I love this. I'm gonna roll in because Adir feels like they should know this. But I know
Devin really should know this too, but
so just for shits and giggles, 14.
Yeah, I mean, you remember one of them. You remember that the Weathermay Foxgroves, the Lord of the Manor, is let's see if I remember his name. It is.
Do you mean Daniel?
Well, I mean, trying to
Daniel
remember
Foxgrove. That's correct. Thank you.
Trying to remember their race is what I was trying to remember.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they're with a 14. Yeah, some kind of elf. Not quite sure what.
But not specifically Eladrin. Just that they were
some kind of elf.
Elves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For the 14.
I mean, I'm looking at your ears, and you look kind of elfy. So maybe in this body, you just need to trance instead of sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I figured too, actually. But it's been a long night.
Interesting.
You hear a on the door.
Yes?
Hey, you guys up?
Yeah. You?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're up. Yeah?
Yeah. Just wanted to know if you guys are ready to go. We'll get going. You hear the sort of twang of someone from a nation that's somewhat familiar, but you recognize the voice. It's Karsten's voice.
Yeah, I am, but can we go back downstairs for a minute before we go? There's something I want to see.
I'm fine, whatever. This works for me.
Alright, so Adir is gonna gather everyone up and go back to the room where they had the seance the night before.
Okay.
Oh, didn't we go back?
Yeah, that's actually in Heather House. The Heather House was in Heather.
Oh, okay.
The seance was in Heather House.
Oh, I forgot that we left Heather House.
Yeah.
Okay, well then they're just gonna take everybody downstairs to like a room. Just be like, I just wanna. I don't know. I just got this weird feeling, and I want to try something. Everybody, put something important to you on the table.
Something important to me, or something important to her?
Oh God, you don't even have your own things. I don't know, just like something important to whoever you're holding, or whoever you're in. Just
I have my medallion.
Yeah, they'll take out Moynot's skull and put it on the table.
Oh, I see. You want something important to the person whose body we're in.
Yeah, like something that seems important. I want to see if we can figure anything out.
So, I mean, there's this dagger that Daniel seemed kind of spooked about.
Sure, throw it in there.
Whatever.
I don't even know if this is going to work. It's just this weird feeling I have.
The small sort of halfling who stands next to you, is Zan Kirov. Zan sort of like shrugs his shoulders. I'm saying his because Zan is a he as opposed to Cabe, who's a they. Zan shrugs his shoulders. I don't know. This guy doesn't really have very much, but whatever. Got this. Tugs a necklace off of Cabe's neck and places it on the table. It's got all kinds of weird charms and strange objects attached to it.
Huh, interesting.
Okay.
Hey dear. I want to add this gauntlet to the table, but I can't seem to remove it.
Zan comes over to you and let me do it. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a, you know.
And
the person wears a single gauntlet as armor, not protection.
Yeah, I know. So I think it may be specialist to this person for some reason. So maybe if I try and remove it, I don't know. Or maybe it's something arcane in nature. So, Adia, you think you can have a look at this as well?
Sure. Can I make an investigation check on this gauntlet?
Does it come off? Does it come off?
Nope.
You can look at it while it's on the on their hand.
Can I just want to investigate it while it's on him.
Sure, why not? What are you trying to investigate? See if I can.
Trying to figure out how to not meta this, but just to see if I can find see if I can find out why it won't come off, to see if there's anything special about it.
Oh yeah, then investigation's fine. Yeah, sure.
7, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's stuck. It's a little bit of a pull. Zan Kirov, you just give him a pull. It'll come off.
What kind of percentage dice do we need to roll if we hit the button to activate it and turn it into armor?
Oh, jeez.
Can I also investigate it?
What to do the same thing?
Well, no. Devin was a warrior in life, so I just want to see if he would it's just a gauntlet. So it's curious to him why this diminutive person is wearing just a gauntlet. It just seems weird.
Yeah, I'm with you.
As
that's fine. I would say investigation's fine. Yeah.
24.
Yeah, I mean, it seems very strange that this gauntlet is the only thing attached to this guy. And it's got all kinds of weird, gears and, strange metal, objects inside of it. It's the inside of a construct.
Okay. You sure this is a gauntlet? This seems more like a prosthetic.
A what?
You feel like you have a hand in there?
Well, I can move it around, and I mean, from what I've been able to figure out so far, it seems like the magic seems to come from here, not from. And he just looks at his holy symbol in the other hand. Not from here.
Well, if the magic is coming from it, it's probably magic, and you maybe don't want to take it off. I don't know. Play around with it. See if you can figure out what it does. But first, just, I don't know, stick something else on the table.
I don't know what this guy had. Maybe, and he pulls out the pistol.
There you go.
And places it on the table.
Zan looks at it and goes, I've seen those. I know what those are. Seen a lot of those.
All right. So we all came into these bodies around a table like this. I want to see if we can learn anything about the people we came from.
Karsten looks at Adir and says, well, I mean, clearly, I guess this person used to be a maid. Throws the broom across the table.
Sure. But
That's
what's
an
actually
elaborate
going to happen...
handle, though, for a simple broom.
I mean, maybe it's just more aerodynamic, or is it ergonomic? I don't know how to say that. It's a big word.
Okay, great. It's ergonomic, and
yeah, that.
What is going to unintentionally happen is a spirit session.
Ooh.
And I am going to roll randomly on an unnamed website to see what spell I get.
On an unnamed website?
I am not going to name the website I'm getting it from, but the spell that I get is Wither and Bloom.
Oh.
Nice.
So that is going to be the spell that Adir has for the next 24 hours.
Cool.
Until the next long rest.
That's actually really oddly fitting, considering one of these objects belongs to someone who can cast a spell.
That's true. That's very true.
Hey, there you go. Let me drag that onto my character sheet. Cool. And mark it as my 1-a-day spell. Or as my only for 24-hour spell. Alright, cool.
So we
as it ends, she's just kind of like, or they're just kind of like, okay, well, it didn't exactly work the way I meant it to, but kind of like sparks their, like, moves their hand around for a second. It's like, oh, but that's kind of interesting. I think something fun might have come out of that. We'll just we'll have to see.
We headed out.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
great. And Karsten just walks to the door and just opens the door.
I think just before they do that, Ren during the spirit session is a little bit on edge, so he's just nervously just fiddling with his wrist, and while he does that, he does accidentally turn on the arcane armor.
Okay. I'm done. That sounds fun.
So he's just nervously fiddling with his wrist, or the area just below the where the glove ends, and he just activates it accidentally and is like,
well,
okay then.
Oh,
I didn't realize that would happen.
That's pretty cool. Nice job.
Okay.
Adir is immediately fascinated. Comes over, is like, "What did you touch?"
I don't know. I was fiddling with my wrist, and it.
They're just gonna start like poking until they poke the button that makes it retract. Like, wait, is it this? Is it this? Like, boop, 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 until it goes like.
Yeah, you activated the self-destruct, self-destruct mechanism.
And then pokes, like, no, seriously, like, pokes it, it goes back on, pokes it off, pokes it on, pokes it off. Like, oh, this body must have been an artificer.
Zan says, you know, if you keep doing that, he's gonna go blind.
Gross. Turns the armor back on and is like, well, I think you seem more well equipped now.
This does feel more safe. It does always feel good to have a nice suit of plate armor on, but didn't realize this guy could handle it. I mean, I don't think has the strength for it. It's weird.
Have you never met an artificer? They're kind of crazy.
What's an artificer?
So an artificer is like a wizard who also likes to fight stuff. I mean, I knew a couple. I met some in school. Like, yeah, sometimes they make stuff blow up. Sometimes they're really good at making armor. Sometimes they even have like constructs that fight alongside them. It's really, they're I mean, they're interesting, but they're always a little weird. Not gonna lie, artificers are yeah, they're kind of weirdos.
He kind of looks like a weirdo, honestly. No offense.
Yes,
I mean,
I did.
Let's get real. We all look like weirdos. Who wears this?
I did realize this, but the thing that I did realize is I think I'm in somewhat kind of old fella. But he is surprisingly spry for what seems like his age.
I mean, I can't even tell if this body is old or young. All I know is I don't know what to do with these. And she just like looks down at Moynot's boobs, like, or they just look down at Moynot's boobs, like, what even is this? Are these even real? I'm very confused.
They look pretty real, actually. I have them too, so.
That's true, you do.
All right, I'm back.
So we're both in a little weird space here. That makes me
And
feel
so does Carsten.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why this chick's wearing makeup like this.
I don't know, but there's obviously some kind of reason she didn't want to be recognized. Because like this isn't like pretty makeup. This is like I don't want you to know who I am makeup. So
I mean, should we go ask the old guy?
Think he's still asleep. Walk past his room. Heard him snoring inside. The other guy's awake though.
I mean, do we even know where we're going?
I kinda do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where are we going then?
I know enough.
I'm gonna go find my book. Hell yeah.
Question.
You and your book, but like they brought us back for a reason. What is it?
They kind of told us what it was. We have to go and head over to the house.
Oh, and you
The
think
house
your
on
book is in the house?
Griffith Hill.
Oh, it could be in the house. I mean, I'm assuming it's in it. It could be anywhere in the town. I would like to find it.
I mean, just you and your book. It's not the only reason that we're here.
No, like I said, we have to go to the house and get this thing from this rod.
The Rada
Oh yeah,
That's the one. The Rada Hoot Hoot.
Utras. Also, a quick question.
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to at Adir to see if he can see that Adir is hurt at the moment?
I don't think you have to make a perception. I mean, it depends how badly hurt. Oh, that's actually true. You have that psychic damage. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that that's something that you could see.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
a
I was just.
nosebleed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a physical wound.
It's not like she's bleeding out the ears or something like that.
No. Ren.
No, maybe they're acting ever so slightly more erratic than usual.
Yeah. Ren, Devin, and Adir, you watch as Zan and Karsten open the door and step out into the street.
Okay, well, they seem to have an idea of what's going on.
I'm gonna go run upstairs and put on the armor that I left up there.
Okay.
Adir already has all of Moynot's accoutrement with them.
Yeah, because I imagine
Even though they have
Karsten-
no idea what to do in this busty leather armor, they're very confused. Feeling more than a little self-conscious.
And seeing as Adir and Ren are going to be the last ones out, Ren will just say to Adir, I didn't get into it too much last night, but I just thought I'd let you know the body that you seem to be inhabiting is one of a siren. I'm pretty sure you know what that is.
Well, I do, but they don't usually have horns, do they?
No, they don't. Which is kind of concerning, but that's why I said for you not to sing because, well, I could be easily influenced in this form. And, well, I've had bad experiences with sirens before.
I think you're being a little ridiculous. And she's gonna start singing. They're gonna start singing a song. Let me roll a d8 and see what happens. Number 1. We had one before.
I don't remember. I don't have your table. I wish I knew.
Number 1 is command.
No, it's not. It's the tale of the clever animal. So
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, we've had it before. I am a little too brain dead to come up with a song tonight, so
don't worry about it.
No singing for you all. I love you.
Yeah, I think that was in.
I still have inspo from my last song, so but I will put it in chat. So that's active when I choose to bestow it on someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you used that in
We've definitely had this one before. We've definitely had this one before. Yeah. So that's one bardic inspo down.
Right on.
But as they sing this little, like they just sing a little ditty that they like. It's a nursery rhyme that like hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1 and down he run, hickory dickory dock. And as they do it, the sort of purple light suffuses the skull that they have just picked up off the table, and then kind of like suffuses it for a second, and then sucks back in through the mouth and eyes, and just kind of rests inside in a little pulsating purple ball. I'm like, oh, well, that is interesting. Save that for later, and then just puts it back in a bag.
Okay.
Question for Adir. Would Devin know that you're feeling uncomfortable in your current form, since they spent most of the evening together?
I mean, Adir has made several comments to that effect, so I'd say, and you know that Adir is, in general, I would say Adir is a somewhat femme-presenting, but non-binary identifying person, and thus you know that being in this rather voluptuous form feels a little weird.
All right. So yeah, Devin would put Anestria's items back on, grab her numerous weapons and armaments, and then come back downstairs. But before he does, he would sort of rifle around in the room that they're staying in, see if he can find like a cloak or something, and then just sort of hand it to Adir when he comes back downstairs.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, you seemed a little. Well, I thought this would help. Maybe.
Like, Adir puts it on, and it's like as they hold it in front of them like this for a second, just looks over and just gives you like a very genuine smile and says, "Thank you. Yes, this is better."
Anytime.
You say anytime, and from outside, Zan says, "Anytime now."
Oh my God, we're coming.
You've been in there for like ever.
Was he always this impatient with us?
Yeah.
I feel so.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know why you're in such a rush.
Like,
it's not like. I mean, it's been a while since we've been alive. I figured.
Are you still talking? Oh my God.
Where are our notes on who died first? Hold on a second. I'm like, I want to make some snark, but I have to find our notes first.
Well, I mean, Adir can make some snark. That may just be.
It's like.
That may just be because of the body.
Yeah.
Zan, this shit is why you died before most of us. Calm down. And then we'll
Zan just sort of like looks askew, just like.
I don't know why you're so excited to die a second time, Zan, but
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna live forever. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think these bodies are actually on loan, so I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, let's try not to kill our friendly hosts. I'm just saying. I don't know who this body belongs to, but they seem to have taken really good care of it. I don't know. I get the feeling it's really old. I can't quite figure out how old, but it feels old. But it doesn't look old.
No, Jinx,
they really care.
Jinx, you owe me a mead.
Yeah. After we finish our shit, let's go.
Okay, cool. Let's go. You're stepping out into the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. All joining the rest of the party and going where they need to go.
Ren Aglion and Devin Glenn, as soon as your foot touches the cobblestone of the street, you feel like a hand has grabbed you from your soul and yanked you in a certain direction. And that direction is down the road towards the harbor.
Ren will look at Devin. Did you feel that too?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Zan says,
I think that's our direction.
What do you mean? Feel what?
Well, I mean,
a deer cocks their head and is just like, guess what?
I mean, I think that we all have unfinished business to do, and I think mine's here.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And I used to actually live right down the road from here, so.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
But Ren, you too?
I think Ren's a little.
Ren's lost in his memories. It's cool.
Ren is staring down the road. He's just like
staring down the ghost of his past.
Yes.
Cool.
Carefully indicating something to someone, and then nodding, and then coming back.
There he is.
And then he's lost again. He's gone. He's gone again. He's lost it. He's lost into the fog. He's coming back. Oh, he's back. He's back.
He's painting happy little streets in his memory.
Exactly.
That's what the background's for.
Yeah, damn straight.
Ren, do you also have unfinished business that way?
I think that's the way to the shore, isn't it?
Yes, I think.
Yes. I just want to return to the sea. I grew up around the sea, and well, it's only fitting that I end near the sea.
But if our end isn't near the sea, how is that helpful?
Well, it's a drop-off point. It leads to the sea.
So what, you want to go die there?
I think our host bodies wouldn't appreciate if we started dying.
Yeah, that seems a little weird.
Karsten says, well, I'm gonna just take Zan and head on up to the house, and points up the hill to a craggy manor that sits like some kind of predatory bird overlooking the entire villa, the entire village, I should say. It's this sort of it's like a 3-story or 2-story tall manor house. The roof looks sort of half caved in at some point, and it's got all these sort of, you're not quite sure if they're gargoyles or if they're just sort of stone statues that have just been affixed to the roof of the house. But they have these outstretched wings that you can even see from this far away.
Has the house always looked like that?
I mean, I don't know, but that's what's telling me to go that way.
Oh no, I was asking just out of character, because Devin's from Mordenshire, so.
Oh, that's a good point. Has the house always looked that way? The last time you were here, it looked that way.
Right.
A deer is going. So, first of all, out of game, does a deer have an idea of where they actually need to go?
Yes.
Is up to the house where they actually need to go?
Yes.
Okay. So then a deer is going to grab Ren and Devin by the arms and say, "Hey, how about we go deal with the business at the house, And then we come back down here and deal with what you guys need to do. Because I'm afraid if we deal with what you guys have to do first, you're going to be gone. I don't want to finish this without you.
I don't know if that's how that works. Or do we just finish our business and go? Or I think we still have to do our job, right?
I don't know. I don't know. But my uncertainty tells me that we should go deal with our business at the house first and then come back and deal with whatever we have to deal with.
What do you think, Ren?
I am kind of debating. I'm kind of in the same metaphorical boat as Adir here, and we were obviously brought back to do a job that only we can do as what we are or what we were.
Ren wants to go die by the sea, and I don't see how that's conducive to finishing the job, which is what tells me that finishing the job is what needs to happen first.
Never leave a job's half finished, can you, Adir?
No.
I mean, I guess that that works. I just feel like what I'm drawn to is just really close.
Adir will place both of their hands, like sort of like on Devon's forearms. Devon is in whose body right now? Mikmik's?
Devon is
Amnestria's. Amnestria. How tall is Amnestria? Right,
Amnestria is...
Obviously, I knew that.
It's okay. She is 5. Where's her bio? I always forget how tall she is, but she's short.
Like 5'9" or something.
No, she's like 5'4", I think.
Okay, yeah. Moinat's a good like 6 inches taller than her, so like kind of like looking down, which is weird. I'm assuming for Adir, because I don't think Adir was this tall in their first life. Putting both hands like sort of like on Amnestria's or on Devon's biceps, just say, I promise I will help you finish whatever it is you need to finish. But I think it's important that we do this first.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
It's no stupid thing. No being stupid, right? And Ren just gives Adir a side glare. So that means no getting too into translating arcane runes. You know what happened last time. We don't want that happening again.
Well, maybe if you watch my back a little better, it wouldn't have happened. Now let's go. That's like a half jab. It's like a jab at herself and at them at the same time. At themselves and them at the same time.
Yeah. At them and them. Yep.
At them and them. And then heads to go up the hill.
So where you guys are all heading to the house on Griffin Hill then, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, for now.
So the townspeople pay any attention to us?
There are no townspeople on the street.
Ooh, interesting.
It is literally and figuratively a ghost town.
That is very interesting.
The house on Griffin Hill awaits you. The house itself is quite foreboding looking even from this distance, but you notice that there are sort of some edifices on the way, on the road out of town towards the house. There's sort of some rather shabby looking downtrodden looking sort of hovels on the way. And as you pass away from the harbor side, the smell of sea salt and rotten wood passes from your mortal senses. The smell of fish and perhaps the smell of faint cooking's scents from somewhere within one of these abodes also passes from you, as does the roar of the waves against the cliffs below. As you approach the manor from perhaps 400 or 500 feet, you notice that you are in a sort of an area of the town that is bereft of any houses except for one, which seems to be some kind of temple. Maybe you're not quite sure what god it's attributed to. You know that because there are statues of holy figures, what seems to be holy figures. Their features are unfortunately worn away, potentially by either wind or weather, harsh weather. It looks like something that's been very, very mistreated, maltreated almost. And as you walk towards the manor on the hill, there is a figure actually who is sitting on a bench just outside the temple, wearing sort of a dirty gray cassock. You see him sort of peer up from underneath his hood at the five of you, and his eyes are bleary, a little bloodshot. He's got sort of white stubble all around his face and sort of peering into his neck. He looks up at you and says, "Oh, good morning."
Hello.
Nods at you. Looks at all of your sort of gear, sort of looking down. "Oh, where are you off to?"
Just a leisurely stroll.
Leisurely stroll? Oh, my. In that direction? He sort of holds a shaking hand with a finger outstretched towards the house. "You're not going up there, are you?"
No, why not?
"Place is cursed, of course."
Now, don't be silly. Curses are only in the minds of those who believe in them, right?
That would make me one of them, then.
I mean, he's not wrong, I think. Place is pretty cursed.
The spirits of the damned, they flit around me. I can see them all the time. They inhabit this place. They infest it like vermin, unable to take any recourse but to pour their suffering into others.
Seems kind of harsh.
Without even realizing it, a voice slips out from inside Adir's head into this man's and says, "Do you see her?"
You're breaking up, Sarah. Whenever you do that, it's lovely. I love the effect, but because you get so close to your mic,
I got too close.
It
I'll get less
peaks
close
so
and
hard.
try it again.
Try it.
I'll try it from out here.
Go ahead.
Do you see us, old man?
That's much better. Continue to do it like that. Amazing.
All right. Duly noted. Thank you.
You are welcome.
But that's it. Without, like, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. They don't even realize they're doing it. They just think it. And it happens. And you can almost see the shock on their own face as that voice slips into his head.
The man sort of recoils for a moment as this brain transmission hits, and he's like, what? He sort of like pats his body for something, pulls out a holy symbol, and sort of just begins to ward around himself. "You will not take me. Not take me. Be gone with you."
Can I do a religion check to see if I recognize the holy symbol?
Sure.
Or should I say Ren?
Yeah, sure.
Religion check.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the cleric.
16?
So.
Yeah, this
He's
is
a cleric with Micmac stats.
that is true. I'd say that actually you recognize this because it is the symbol of your god. It's the symbol of Valkur.
Okay. we'll just let that sit while I ponder what Ren will do. I'm not sure what he will do.
Okay.
Just that.
Having been distracted by this strange voice in his head, the old man sort of gets up from the bench, looks at the five of you, sort of almost as in an embarrassment a little bit, and then sort of makes some kind of a strange gesture, which you probably determined to be some kind of a holy symbol or a gesture. He says, "Beware! Beware!" And then walks to the front of this abandoned chapel of some kind. Opens the front door, which creaks heavily with rot and rust, and then disappears inside, shutting the door behind him.
That was weird, right?
So this would be a chapel to Volker?
That is correct,
Volker?
yeah. Valkur.
Yeah. Ren will, once the guy walks inside, he'll speak up and say, if you don't mind, would I be able to just walk in there for like 5 minutes? That's a chapel to Volker there. Well, my God.
Of course.
I want to see if I can reconnect with him in some way in this place of spirituality.
It looks like it was a temple to your god. This place looks like shit. I mean, I guess that's a lot of Mordan.
Whatever you need to do, friend. And then, as he goes inside, Adir is gonna stand outside and just sort of continue going through verbal and somatic components and trying to, without fully casting spells, figure out which ones still feel possible, if that makes sense. So, not expending all their spell slots by actually casting the spells, but just kind of going through the motions of them and being like, oh, well, that... Oh, no, I can't do that anymore. Oh.
Hey, dear.
Oh, well, this... Yeah. Yes?
Sorry. I know you're busy there, but you think there's a reason why this stick cuts herself? It's just there's a lot of scars on her palm here, in all different directions. It's just thinking about it just seems weird.
This is the beast of having to roll with the stats of a non-related character, because I feel like a wizard probably would completely know that.
I believe in you.
Matt, what would you have me roll to see if I could
medicine
know what those scars are from? Medicine?
Yeah.
Since we're
all right,
trying to figure it out together, would she?
You proficient in medicine?
I only rolled a 6, so.
You know what? I'm not. Now I have a -1. Can I also roll medicine?
It's going to be a higher DC. Yeah, sure.
Sure. Why not, right? I got no reason not to.
Absolutely.
Might as well try.
Trying to figure out my own body.
Would I?
You know, sometimes it's hard to figure out your own body. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Could I roll survival to see if they look self-inflicted?
That's still a medicine check, though.
Still medicine, not survival? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, wounds in general.
Trying to look for any excuse to use something I'm reasonably good at here.
I know. I'm sorry.
I know.
I mean,
investigation, actually. Trained investigation is the same as my fucking untrained medicine. So, never mind. So glad I dropped points in that. Yeah. I hate that there's no skill, skill. I feel like they're to wherever these mechanics came from, be it Matt or the module, because I don't actually know. I feel like for the possession thing, there should be I mean, it wouldn't have helped me here, but like advantage if it's a skill that your possessive class would have been proficient in.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like
it honestly would not have helped me here, but I'm just putting that out to the universe. If this is from the published module, then advantage on checks that your possessing spirit would have been proficient in would be nice.
Okay.
I still would have failed that, so it doesn't matter.
It's fair. It's fair. Ren goes inside this abandoned, decrepit-looking space and exits about 30 seconds later, and his face has sort of this look of disappointment on it. And you see that he sort of looks down at an object that is very similar to the object that this old priest had in his hand, and he just sort of drops it with a clang on the ground.
You all right, Ren? You okay?
I can no longer heal Valkyr. I think it maybe this body is just refusing to connect it. I don't know, but once we're done, I think I really need to get back to the ocean. Seems the only way I can really reconnect with him.
Can you still heal?
No. Not since I came into this body.
Well, maybe it's worth taking a moment to try to figure out what you can do. I mean, I've been experimenting, and it seems that there are many spells that this body can cast. Not everything that I know, but many things I do. Is there a way for you to discover what your body can do?
I had already tried a few simple spells that I used to know I can still do, but I just cannot hear his guidance. And without his guidance, I'm lost.
Come here. Come to me for a second. Let me try to teach you.
And when Ren reaches up to grab hold of Moynard's hand, he will unintentionally, on purpose, cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So it's Cure Wounds.
That'll kill one of your spell slots, but yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It does, in fact, work. It's a different experience, I think, for you, Ren, casting Cure Wounds in this body than it would be in your original one. You felt the light of Valkyr, the smell of the sea, the salt, the rolling tide running through your veins as you would cast the healing word, or the healing power, I should say, of Valkyr. In this body, it feels very different. It feels more
artificial.
Yeah, that's right. It does. That's the best word for it. Artificial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
as I said, I can still do some things, but it just doesn't have the same feeling.
Well, I told you before that artificers are much like wizards. We know many of the same spells, so perhaps I can show you the somatic components of a few and see if your body recognizes them. And I would like to make a performance check to help Ren recognize any spells that he knows that have somatic components.
I like that idea. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. I think you're able to
16.
To do so pretty well with a 16.
Happens in song.
Okay. So things that have somatic. Okay then. Can I spend another spell point? Spell slot, I should say.
Sure. Which spell slot?
Just another first level.
Yeah, sure.
but he's going to see if he can cast Create or Destroy Water again.
That's just somatic, right?
That's verbal somatic material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I think that I mean that is something that you remember being quite
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, I assume that because you don't see any water in front of you, you wish to create some. So whether it takes place, as a wash of seawater across your face, which is sort of like awakens you.
Well, it's a 30-foot cube, so basically
that's a lot of water. Jesus.
Yeah.
30-foot cube.
That's just what it says.
Let it be salt water.
I think actually it doesn't say whether it can. It doesn't have anything about it, salt or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does say clean water. That's in it.
Clean
only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Salt water's not nearly clean.
No.
Either way, when the water touches a deer's body, they will look sort of refreshed and perk up and say, "That feels amazing."
How much water is raining on us?
It falls as rain in a 30-foot cube.
For how long, though?
For
it's one action, so
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if the makeup that Devin's wearing is.
Oh yeah.
No, I think no. Come on,
that hair dye.
Come on.
Well, a bit of the hair dye.
It runs a little bit, probably.
That shit is grease paint.
A little
bit of water ain't gonna make that go anywhere.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. Sarah, herself, is a makeup expert, so she would know whether or not 6 seconds of
6
water.
seconds of water ain't making that shit go anywhere.
There you go.
Not unless it was a hose blasted directly in your face.
All right, fair.
I was just curious.
A disguise kit is not shitty CVS eyeliner. It is
CVS.
It's the $40.
There goes our CVS.
It is
not sponsorship.
Here's my plug though. It is the $40 Makeup Forever Aqua Smoky eye mascara that doesn't fucking go anywhere. I have worn that shit through a Bikram yoga class and it hasn't gone anywhere. That's what's in a disguise kit, baby.
What about the dye though? Is that with that or anything?
Oh no, that was like greasy shoe black she put in her hair. That shit ain't going anywhere.
That shit ain't coming out. Well, I mean, this is coming from the siren that is literally in the ocean half the time, so you would think that
she knows what water will wash out. But no.
Yeah. Non-water soluble makeup.
Yeah, and it's only 10 gallons. It's not 30 gallons of water. It's 10 gallons of water.
And it's 10 gallons spread over
30 feet in 6 seconds.
Sphere,
if you walk outside and it's like a little rain shower for 6 seconds, it's not gonna melt. You're not gonna melt.
It's a deluge, but it's a very quick deluge.
Very, very quick deluge. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. One more spell slot gone.
One more spell slot gone.
Karsten looks at you and goes,
like we talked about before game. Red loves to nerf himself.
That's fine. Hey, it's all for
I still got my guns.
He's still got lots of spell slots. Come on. Karsten looks at
Master, he's an artificer.
Karsten looks at you and says, well, does that make you feel better?
It actually did make me feel better.
Cool. We're heading to the house.
Weird way.
We're heading to the house, and he starts walking.
But you really have always been this grumpy, haven't you? Huh, whatever. Follows along.
I mean, I'm not really in any hurry to die again, but okay.
You're not gonna die again. Really. You actually notice a very serious look in Adir's eyes. They're like, you're not gonna die again. None of us are.
You say that now, but you said that last time when we went out.
As you approach the house on Griffin Hill, you now see this manor house in perhaps a little bit more detail. Like I said, it is I guess from your perspective, Devon, it is a crumbling shadow of its former self even now. When you saw it, it was still, dilapidated, but even now, however many potentially years later, it is a mess. Its facade is weathered and aging, and there are gaping holes in the shingled roof. And as you approach, you all feel like, almost at once, like a shiver down your spine. And your vision turns sort of fuzzy for a moment. All the color begins to seep out of the landscape. All of the greens, the blues, the muted reds, the purples of each other's clothing and cloaks, everything just begins to turn to shades of black, gray, and white. And you look at each other with this look of surprise, but in a way, you know that what is happening is a very familiar feeling. And you look towards the house. There is a 10-foot stone wall around its perimeter. And in front of you, there is a stone and wood gate with the word Godefroy on it.
Is there a bell or a door knocker?
There is not, but there are two very large pull rings on the gate.
Okay.
Pull rings like to open them?
Yep.
Okay.
Should we try to open the door?
Deer is going to walk up to the gate and just say, "We seek an audience with Lord Godefroy."
No response. But you do.
Yeah,
you can make a perception check. I'll allow that.
All right.
An 8.
An 8. God damn it.
Yeah. You thought for a second you heard a response of some kind, like a voice, more like perhaps a whisper on the wind. But it's gone now.
Can I also try to make a perception check?
No.
No?
Okay, she's going to try one more time and say, "We demand an audience with Lord Godefroy."
When you say we demand an audience with Lord Godefroy, you definitely hear more than one voice beyond this gated enclosure. And it's like a cacophony of whispers. You can catch out words here and there. They're coming. It's here. I want them now to bring them. And the gate creaks open. The sound of ravens, or what you could assume to be ravens, croak in the trees around you, but you look up at the trees, these dead, ugly things with gnarled branches, and you see no ravens. You see nothing alive at all, in fact, but you just hear the sound echoing out over this gray and white scene. I'm going to bring you to a map.
A deer kind of, like, as the gates open, a deer kind of looks over their shoulders at the others and shrugs like, hey.
Good job, dear.
Well, I mean, asking to open the door, that's always the best. Rather than try and barge in without asking.
I mean, we could have just, knocked you, but I'm glad someone heard you.
Pretty hard to not hear Hadir with how much he talks.
Give me 1 second.
She kind of shoots him a wounded glance at that.
There we go. All right, let's bring you to the map. Here it comes.
Yay, map.
Where are we? Oh, where
I see nothing but white.
We're at the very bottom.
Right, but
I'm going to shift ping you.
Oh. No, I found where we are. I just see nothing but white where we are.
Okay.
Can I open the door?
I'm going to open the door. I will open the door.
That's
It's
why
the
I
door,
asked.
I am the one who knocks.
I can actually open the goddamn door here. Come on. Open. There we go.
There you go. Oh, shit. There's a lot of ghosts in there.
So as the door opens to this vast courtyard, you see exactly that. Flitting spirits. Dozens of them. All wandering aimlessly in this front space to the manor. And they all don't seem to be actually sort of acknowledging each other's presences. But as the door opens, as the gate opens, they all just sort of pivot in place and their ethereal forms turn towards the five of you.
Say that while a deer would normally be more taken aback by this, something about the body that she is inhabiting, or that they are inhabiting, makes them feel a little less trepidatious than normal. They are going to reach into the bag and pull out Moynot's skull and just let it sit in their hand as they begin to walk forward. And Red, I'm also only seeing white. I think that's the map.
Okay, stop for a second. As you step foot into this space, I'd like you to roll me a d4.
All right.
Followed.
1.
A 1. As you step into this space, one of these spirits begins to float towards you, Adir. And you hear their voice echoing out. Adir. What happened? And their voice sort of echoes through your mind. Let me actually figure out who this person is. Roll a d6.
Oh, damn it, that wasn't a slash.
No worries.
There we go. Another 1.
Another 1. Oh, this is good. Yeah. Adir, you recognize this as a sort of this is actually a sort of a gnomish a ghost of clearly some kind of a gnome or perhaps a halfling, very, very short halfling. This figure sort of floats down towards you. It gesticulates wildly with their hands. and has sort of golden skin, actually. And you recognize this as a gnome, and his name was Zay, Z-E. And he's actually one of the tradespeople that helped outfit you for your adventure.
Okay.
And this ghost sort of floats in towards you and says, I see that you are in the body of a new person now, but I see you. I see you inside. And you look down towards yourself, and you see that your hands, Adir, are sort of semi-diaphanously coming through the skin of the body that you now inhabit, of this woman.
I will let those hands reach for him.
Okay. The hands reach for you, your hands meet theirs, and they sort of extrude out from the body of this woman that you are possessing, and they grasp the ethereal hands of this gnome and encircle them, and you see like a smile appear on the face of this spirit, and he says, I wish to be set free. They will not set us free. Please.
Well, how can I do that?
I don't. No, you must. You must plead. You must plead to Lord Godefroy. He must set us free.
We will do what must be done. We also come here seeking something from Lord Godefroy. But I promise I shall not let you suffer.
The gnome sort of nods their head, and with the look of stress and worry, detaches themselves from you and floats back out into the courtyard, saying nothing further.
Okay.
Karsten steps forward, and I'm not going to have obviously anyone roll for Karsten. I'm going to go ahead and say one of these ghosts. This one has sort of taupe skin, very deep sea-colored hair, and a weather-beaten sailor's uniform. Floats towards Karsten and Ren at the same time, and says, Ren, Karsten. I remember you both. What are you doing now? You have taken on new forms. And you recognize Ren, and clearly Karsten does as well. This is Oatbray Verschiel. Oatbray is another one of the sailors who actually spent time on the same ship with Ren and Karsten. And Oatbray looks at Karsten and says, My God, man. Are you alive again? Karsten says, I'm here. I mean, I'm in this place. I'm in this body. I got two hands now. I'm just here to get my book back. Oatbray's like, your book? But we are all trapped here. You must assist us. You must release us. Karsten's like, listen, man, you do you. I'm just here to get my book back. Have a good one. And steps back from this floating spirit.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt the flow of things, but the map isn't loading correctly.
We're not getting a background on the map.
We're all seeing just white.
Oh, you are? Interesting. Yeah. Apologies. Let's see if I can
We
fix
can
that.
still see the dynamic lighting, but no map.
Let's see if I can fix that. I think I know why.
I tried reloading Roll20. It didn't work.
Boop.
Yeah,
and
I
so
did
did
too.
Red.
There we go.
Oh, hey, look at that. There it is. Now it's a map.
Now it's a map. It's a
now
map.
we can actually see something.
It's a map. It's a map.
Well, we better stay on the footpath.
I'm having Fandelver flashbacks.
Stay on the footpath.
Ren, do you wish to say anything?
We didn't come here for you specifically, but we will do our best to try and get most of you out, but I cannot make any promises. I'm not who I was.
Roll a 1d4 for me, Ren.
1d4, okay. 1d4.
A 4. As you say this, one of the other spirits, not even noticing the spirit of Outbray, sort of floats in your direction, and you see that this spirit is actually armed with some kind of a spectral halberd, sort of floating towards you. You see that this spirit has like a cleft in his skull, and his empty eye sockets look at you and says, You did this to me! You! Points directly at you, Ren.
Do I recognize this?
You do not.
Does Ren
You do not recognize this person.
I don't know who you're talking about. You talking about me, or you talking about the other me?
It was you and your indecision that caused our deaths. I will not let you fail us again. And he holds out his spectral halberd in front of you.
What's the fear roll?
What's the what?
What's the roll to resist fear?
Usually. Wisdom saving throw, usually?
Wisdom saving throw, yeah. I'm gonna have Ren make a wisdom saving throw to see if he's afraid of this.
Sure.
So, let's see. Wisdom saving throw, here we go.
Terrified. Terrified. Absolutely frightened out of your little mind.
And Ren will just say, "It wasn't my fault. I did what I could. Take
a point of stress.
Yeah, point of stress.
At
point of
which
stress,
point,
and he's going to back out of the house.
A deer is going to turn to all of these spirits and say, Friends, we mean you no ill will. The spirit that keeps you here is the spirit we are here to parley with. If you will only lend your strength to ours, I am sure that we can create a united front and free all of us, ourselves included, from our plight. Please, join us.
Make a persuasion check.
Here.
Come on, bud.
21.
The spirit with the spectral halberd, who has been sort of planting himself against your re-entry, turns to hear your words, and sort of his face alters from one of distress and vengefulness into one of acceptance and perhaps understanding. And he looks back towards Ren, saying nothing. He pulls up his halberd and floats off towards the west.
The deer once again looks out at these spirits and says, You may not see us, but we are also spirits inhabiting these mortal bodies. We are here to finish what we began. And if you will assist us when we call for you, I hope that will lead you on your path.
You hear that whispering again. We are not free. We are trapped. Save us. Amnestria, or I should say, Devin.
Hi.
Please roll a d4.
Can do. That's 1.
Can't we get a 2 or 3?
I mean, if you want to go for variety, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Give me a 3.
You want a 3? I mean, you can choose. I don't care.
Give me a 3.
Yeah, give me a 3. Hey, would you like to buy an O? Here we go.
Only it worked that way in Vegas.
I know, right? Yeah, this is good. One of the spirits sort of just appears next to you, Devin. Like you look and then they're just there, like standing next to you. Their head is at a really unnatural angle. Their eyes are just staring straight forward. And just like, help, need help. Just staring at you.
Okay, how?
Locket. My locket. And like starts like grabbing for their translucent throat.
I don't see a locket.
No.
You just pick one off the table.
Locket. And like you hear the crack of bones as the neck begins to sort of like get back into like a semblance of alignment. Locket is missing. My locket is, and then you see the head again falling back into that misalignment.
Can I try to like hold up their head? I guess
your hand moves towards their head, and it just phases right through them. You feel this utter chill going right through your body.
Shit, man! I'm just trying to help. I'll look for a locket if there's one here. I guess. Is it here?
There's one in the inventory. Oh, who was it?
Yeah, wasn't the locket an item on the table?
I think
that was a locket that belonged to Zan Kirov.
Yeah.
Not the same locket.
Not
okay.
the same locket.
Moynat's got a creepy locket, but I don't think it's this guy's either.
He points to a sort of an area with a trembling spectral hand, somewhere between like sort of where the tree is. There's a tree off to the east. He's like, locket there, help.
Which way?
Where is the tree somewhere that we can see?
Yeah, it's to the right, to the east.
This way. Okay, I'm gonna.
But not on the actual map. It's just
no, it's on the map. Or it should be on the map.
Oh
shoot! Sorry, the tree disappeared. Hold on. Bloody hell! Damn tree disappeared. Hold on 1 second, folks.
The tree is about to grow out of nowhere.
It will indeed grow out of fucking nowhere.
There's about to be a tree.
There will be a tree. Where did the tree go? Damn trees. They're always disappearing on me. Hold on. Oh, that's why it's in the map level. That's why. It's going to spring into... Here we go. Pow! I said, pow!
Ah, there it is.
There's the tree.
Okay, I'm gonna walk towards the tree then, I guess. Do I see anything?
Yeah, you see,
a deer will follow.
You see a whole bunch of specters sort of floating around this tree. They're all like wailing, moaning, gnashing teeth, pulling hair. Most of them have horrible wounds on their body, or their limbs are contorted and at wrong angles.
Do I see a locket anywhere?
You can make an investigation check.
Sure. Wait. What did I? Okay, I don't know. I guess I closed it. Let me get my character sheet open again. I think I did, but you said investigation?
Yeah.
There we go. 7.
You don't seem to find anything. You sort of look around the roots of the tree, look up in the branches of the tree. There's a rope up there.
Did a deer hear what the ghost said? Or
I
no?
think
Was
all
it
of you
only-
did hear it. Yeah, no.
Okay.
This is not a single person transmission. That you've all heard these specters
Well,
speaking
then
to
a
you.
deer will follow and also look for the locket.
Okay.
I don't see
22.
the locket.
Yeah. I think a deer. You sort of circle around the back side of the tree where there's a knot in the tree, and you're like, "Huh, interesting." And you look inside of the knot. There's a hollow in the tree, and you see that there's something glittering inside.
I will pull it out.
Okay. You stick your hand inside the hollow of the tree, and you pull out a rusted, tarnished silver locket.
Spirit, is this the locket that you seek? I will say.
The spirit sort of like comes towards you and just like his hands pass through yours. Just like, it begins to just wail this tormented sound. Oh, Inira.
Where do I need to take this?
It's just inconsolable.
Inira is the name it says now?
It does. You look at the inside and it's inscribed Inira.
I mean, we can look for this Inira, I guess, when we are down here. Maybe we'll find them. Put at least one soul apiece.
Indeed. I'm assuming with the husband. Spirit, if you can give me more, I will help you. But if you cannot, I will do my best.
It just sort of begins to float away, just crying.
Well,
if you come help me, I'll have a better chance. They say as making their way back to the path.
Is there a photo in the locket?
No, but there's like a... What's it called?
An engraving?
It's a cameo.
Thank you. I was looking for the word. Yes,
yeah.
A cameo.
A cameo is the sort of the outline of a person's face. Usually at a 90-degree
facing
angle.
to the side.
Yeah, facing to the side.
But we could also probably go to town records and find out who Inira was, and then find their husband and bury the locket with them.
Yeah. Got a good head on your shoulders, dear.
I do try. Following these two up the stairs.
Okay, you walk up to the front of the manor house. There's a big door right there in the front.
Turns back and says, Ren, get up here. We need you.
I go back for Ren. Hey, Ren, you coming? Kind of need you here too.
I'm gonna have him make another wisdom save. See if he saves out.
I like put a hand on his shoulder. You okay, bud?
He's got a +1. 14 should be enough.
Yeah. He sort of walks up the pathway, sort of looking shakily, Scooby-Doo style, like back and forth, like. But yeah, he's able to move forward.
Oh.
That ghost hit a soft spot mentally.
I think when we dispel whatever is here, it will put these spirits at peace.
I mean, I don't I don't know if that's actually possible, but we can.
Well, I
Actually,
choose
with
to be
the stress, that's a 13 wisdom save, isn't it?
It still beats the
Plus-
DC.
Yeah.
I just had to remember. Anyway, the door. Who's going to go in first?
Well, the door is closed.
Should we knock?
I don't know if knocking will do any good. Let's just try to open it.
Really think maybe we should knock, actually. But
By all means, knock. They'll
I'm
step
gonna
away.
knock then. Yeah, gonna knock on the door.
There is silence.
I'm gonna go peer in a window.
You peer in a window, and as you sort of like move your hand across the window to sort of wipe away the dust and condensation, you're able to see that inside this manor house, it is just awful. I mean, that's just the best word for it. There is very little that you can see that indicates anything other than just detritus, broken and rotten wood on almost every surface. There are no lights, no figures moving within, save one who floats towards the doorway.
I see him.
And opens the door in front of you.
See, told you, knocking. Perfect idea.
Come back as I see him open the door.
Yeah, this figure who opens the door is floating above you. He's still very tall, very gaunt, has a sort of a Van Dyke beard, empty eyes, a head of hair that is sort of tousled, and wearing some kind of a fine suit, but the age of it, I mean, it's from like another era entirely. You see this figure look down at the five of you, and he says, in the most stentorian, basso profundo voice, "How may I help you?"
Well, we're here to see Godfrey. Sorry.
Nothing in this figure's demeanor, by the way, suggests any eagerness to be helpful at all. Just looking down from a height over his nose at you with a look of disdain that would shatter, plates.
We've come to treat with Lord Godfrey. It would be in your best interest to allow us past.
What have you to offer the master?
I don't believe that's any of your concern.
He looks at you and says, "I turn away many who seek an audience with my master. Why should he see you?" And almost immediately, Zan like reaches for a weapon, and Karsten just like puts a hand on his arm and just like, "Dude, chill, relax."
What is
Because we are not many. And we have been here before. How many come to treat with him twice? I feel he may be intrigued by our presence.
Yeah, what they said.
Make a persuasion check.
Me or
no, not you. Yeah, I don't think yours. You're yeah.
28, maybe.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah. He arches an eyebrow, a spectral eyebrow at you, and goes, "Be sure to wipe your feet." And then, without moving his own spectral feet at all, he pivots in midair and begins to float within the house. And that's where we're going to take
actually...
That's what I do. I stop you. I stop you like whoosh, I block.
Love it. Here for it.
That's fine. We'll get back to what a deer does. I'm excited. I want to know. But yeah, that's a good place to take a break, I think. It's 11:30.
I mean, she's basically the anti-Moynot with the same stats. It's
I love it.
Hilarious.
It's great. I'm here for it. I'm loving it. All right, so let's take our break. And when we get back, more ghosts and goblins.
Wait, there are goblins here?
I mean, they're probably the ghosts of goblins.
There might be.
We just have to search for Tink.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
And then we'll be fine.
Oh, God.
Did I utter a trigger phrase? Yeah, that's bad.
As long as there's no birthday parties.
Oh, I was there for that. Okay, so we're going to come back in 7 minutes, and we'll have more Ravenloft Domains of Dread as I work through my lower register. See you in a little bit. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're ready to hear what a deer wants to do. Because I want to know. I might have called break a little too early.
I know. I'm like, now can a deer remember what she wants to do? I went off and had conversations with real humans.
The ghost sort of pivots, spins around, and sort of motions for you to follow him into the manor.
I'm going to wipe my feet first.
Oh, that's right. He did say wipe your feet.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, because that's what a deer was going to do. Thank you, Amnestria. A deer was going to, very, non-sarcastically, just very reverentially wipe their feet, check themselves, make sure that they are properly reverential to enter the space.
Very kind.
Basically being the anti-Moynot here.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, the bodies of Cabe and Louisa, piloted by their particular spirits, join in on the fun and enter what seems to be just this decrepit, musty, mildewy, rotting entryway with the remains of two arching stairways coming from the floor and moving towards what seems to be a second floor, although you can definitely see that the banisters of these stairways are rotted and moldering, broken in some places. The stairs definitely do not look safe. And
too bad Makepeace's not here.
Yeah, for right. You can also kind of hear as you enter. You can barely, without having to do very much a perception check working here, you basically can also hear some music. Coming from a door to the north of you. The spirit of this butler notices you, Devin. Actually, sorry, it would be Ren who's closest. Ren, and says, "Do mind the door," and points towards you to shut the door, ostensibly.
Yeah, before Ren enters, he's going to lightly kick the the wall to knock the mud off his boots before walking in, and then closing the door behind him.
Excellent. The spirit of the butler then sort of begins to float up the staircase towards the second floor.
A deer will step forward and say, "That music is quite captivating. What is beyond that door?"
The butler sort of stops in mid-float, looking at you and says, "It is none of your concern. If you wish to see the Lord, you must follow me." And floats up the stairway to the second floor, and then disappears.
Gives a deep bow and says, "I do beg your pardon," as he's disappearing.
I'm gonna follow him up the stairs.
Okay.
Very carefully. Hold onto the banister and everything.
Okay.
Especially if the stairs don't look that good.
Yeah, you are traversing the stairs with mortal feet, so go ahead and make dexterity checks, please, both of you, if you wish to.
Actually, before she ascends the stairs, before they ascend the stairs, Ren is going to send a message to Devin that says, "I do very much want to investigate that ballroom."
You mean Adia is going to send Devin
a deer sends Devin a message that says,
Yeah, you said Ren.
Oh, sorry, Devin. Devin messages, "I do very much want to investigate that music."
I mean, maybe when we're done talking to the Lord, we can do that. I wanted to, but we came here to talk to Godfrey. We probably shouldn't have him wait for us.
Message again. "You're right. I'm sorry." And then back up behind to make the dex check.
And Ren is going to be the rebel and use the other staircase.
16.
22.
Nice.
Okay, and I'm assuming one of them.
Yep, both of you guys making up the
Wait.
stairwell perfectly fine.
Is
Never back.
sorry, is Zan not following us?
Zan seems to be moving towards the door.
He's gonna like lean over the banister, be like, "Zan, let's go."
He's like, he waves and he's like, "Don't worry, I got this. Be with you guys in a
This
bit.
is how we died last time, Zan.
It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Shh, it's cool, it's cool." And then
No.
Zan
Gonna look over and say, "Zan, no!"
puts their hand on the doorknob and turns it.
Oh.
And then says, "See you in a bit," and slips around the door to the other side,
Damn it.
shutting the door behind him.
No chance for a roll on that. God damn it.
I mean, should we go after him or like?
No.
I mean,
Zan is stupid, and Zan's going to continue to be stupid, and that's going to get him stuck here. That gets him stuck here.
As you say stuck here, Ren's foot goes straight through the stairwell. And you see that his foot is now just like deeply embedded in the stairs.
well, I mean, my concern is that these 5 bodies we're inhabiting. I imagine they probably know each other. I think if one of them doesn't come back, they might not be super thrilled. Fucking Zen. We should just go, I guess.
Down the stairs.
Oh, we're going down. Oh, shit.
If we've got to get Ren out of these fucking stairs.
All right. Can I like Takumi help with that?
Carson
which
walks.
One of you feels prepared for this? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't.
Carson walks over and says, "All right, so I'm just gonna put my arms under yours, and I'm just gonna lift you up. All right? Yeah, you just try your best to just pull your knees up to your chin. Yeah, like as best you can. You all right there? All right, you're not talking to me. That's fine. Whatever. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna pull you up in threes. All right. All right. You're not saying yes, but you're not saying. Oh, you're. Oh, hello. Hey, look. You look up at me now.
So I'm assuming this is Carson.
You okay, Red?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Carson.
By the way, yeah.
I
With
was
that.
just AFK. I just came
Oh
back.
no, I love it. I love the fact that you like disappeared under the stairs for a second. That just maybe like pulled yourself back up. You're like, I'm okay. I'm alright. So yeah.
Is that?
Well, that's Mick
It's a
Mick's
heavy
voice.
armor.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't keep him straight.
Maybe maybe hit the button for the plate, and might have an easier time.
Pull him out.
All right, I'm pulling him out. And Karsten will attempt to pull you out. Here we go.
So I'm assuming that he did fall through the stairs.
Oh yeah, with a 9 dex save. Yes, you did. Absolutely, 100%. Here we go. Athletics check. Incoming. That's a 9. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Carson's like, you're in there real good, but I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, damn it.
Let's see if I can use the acrobatics to get himself through. How about that?
Sure, works for me.
15.
Yeah, you sort of like pull your knees up and ball yourself up, and
no
then
spells to help with this. Sorry.
back your way up and out. It's not very graceful, but it does the job.
Luckily, I was wearing this armor, because otherwise that piece of wood would have gone right into my back.
That would not have been a good look for you. I'm telling you straight up.
Oh, not again, at least. But anyway, I think I'll use the other staircase this time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe,
You come all this way, yeah?
Hit the button on the gauntlet, right? So you blighter. Does that work that way?
I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. Is that how it works out here?
I'm not an artificer, so I don't actually know. I just know that their armor does funny things. I'm sorry. Best I can do.
Well, let's try this again.
So we're going up these stairs, or are we following Carson into the ballroom?
The other staircase gets up
or
pretty
whoever went into the ballroom. It wasn't
Zan.
Karsten, it was
Zan Kirov.
Zan. Are we going up the stairs, or are we following Zan into the ballroom?
Actually, can you send them a voice in your head like you did with me?
What, Zan? Let me look at the message spell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that if you
a
did...
creature within range. Yes, I can. I'm going to send a message to Zan and say, Zan, what the hell are you doing? Get back here!
Let them know if they don't want to stay here and be haunted by the
small
person.
Well, Zan, first of all, this is a cantrip, and second of all, Zan can respond. So
Okay.
This can be a message conversation with no character limit. It's just message.
Super.
Because he's close enough.
Yeah, Zan responds and says, hey, you gotta give me some time. I'm back in with the boys.
Which boys, Zan? Which boys? The ones that got you killed the first time?
That's all he says. Just
Once again, Zan, get your ass back out here now.
No response. Sorry.
Hell,
Can I roll something for that?
What do you
Can
want to
I roll something for my next message? For my next message, like, Zan, if you don't get your ass back out here, it's going to turn out exactly like it did last time. Do you really want that to happen? And I want to roll a persuasion check.
You can make an intimidation check, actually, with that language.
Fuck. Not as good, but we'll say.
Oof.
6.
Yeah, no response. Sorry.
All right, last try.
Go ahead.
Dan, we really need you. Please come back. I promise whatever you have to solve with the boys, we can do later. We really need a united front here. Come on, buddy. We've been through a lot, right?
That's definitely more persuasion-y, but the DC will be higher because you had a fail there.
That's fine.
Go for
That's
it.
fine. I can live with that.
Okay.
13.
Not enough.
Not good enough.
Sorry. Yeah, there's just no response. Zan does not respond to your messages. Something's going on.
At which point, they just look up and say, well, no luck with Zan, so we either go in after them, or we go upstairs. I'm kind of done with him, though.
Karsten looks at you and says, guy wasn't worth very much anyway. I don't know why you make this big fuss. Whatever.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine, right? If we just
Oh yeah, he'll be fine. No problem. You make your bed. You gotta. You know what I'm saying? You make your bed. You got. Well, actually, you wait. I mean, I'm sorry. Did I say that right? I mean, you gotta.
I'm less concerned. Sorry.
You get out your bed. You make it. You make your bed, or you get it out. I can't.
You made your bed. Now sleep in it.
That's the one.
Yeah. No. The problem is, if it was just him, I wouldn't really. I mean, he could do his own fucking thing. I don't care. But we're all kind of loaning these bodies, and I mean, I don't know if I could have a peaceful rest if our idiot friend got one of them killed.
We're gonna have to come back for him, but
yeah.
What's the risk that could happen when he's in there? Really?
I mean, lots of bad things could happen, but let's just go upstairs quietly and see what happens.
Great.
Go
ahead.
If the
when they say quietly, Adir's gonna roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, we're sneaking now.
14. For Adir. Other people can decide if they want to or not, but Adir is trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Karsten tiptoes up the stairs and sees sort of like a piece of rotted wood, jumps across, and then says, "Oh, you guys are all being quiet. That's cool. Hold on one second. I get the feeling that this chick kind of likes being quiet. Yeah, she likes being quiet. I got a 21 on my stealth check.
What do you mean a stealth check?
I mean, I'm sorry, I broke the fourth wall there for a second.
Devin, he means we're trying to be quiet.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
I'm actually pretty fucking sneaky myself right now.
You know who doesn't understand stealth? This kitty. Right here.
I thought all cats know stealth, like just sort of intrinsically.
This cat doesn't. This cat does not. She has 0 stealth points.
She just like bangs her way through things in life.
She's the one with plate armor.
Yeah, she's the kitty with plate armor. She's the one who like, I love you, that just falls down on top of you.
Oh man, that kind of cat.
Yep.
I will love you and call you George.
Yep, that's you.
All right.
That's you.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys to the second level of the house.
Yay.
Well, then, for shits and gigs, I'm going to roll a stealth.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, you've already passed with the 14, the 21, and the
That was
19.
to climb the other stairs, I think.
No. Devin, 19.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, 11 with heavy armor. But you don't have your armor on, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's arcane armor. It's the infiltrator armor as well.
So you don't have it on, so it's still 18.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it on?
Remember, he activated it before, yeah.
I thought it went like...
That's
fine.
But it's infiltrator armor, which negates...
Oh, no, we flicked it on and off. We flicked it on and off a bunch of times, but we left it on.
Okay. I couldn't tell. You're like, really on, off, on, off.
Oh, no, we left it on.
Yeah, and it's arcane armor, so it's actually an 18, because the arcane armor, infiltrator armor, negates disadvantage.
Okay. Here you are.
It's regular.
There you are, folks. So you climb the stairwell to the second level of the house. The music is pealing out here as you overlook a balcony which looks down onto a massive ballroom. This ballroom has at least a dozen tables arrayed below you. These tables are, bless you, goodness.
Zan down there?
It's the dust. You don't see Zan, no. But what you do see instead... Good gracious, a griffin.
Am I not muting myself?
That's a sneeze.
Wait, am I not muting myself? Or
No, I heard that sneeze like a mofo. It was great.
Oh,
we did hear the sneeze.
It blew my eardrums.
Can you hear me?
We hear you
Yes,
the whole
we can hear
time.
you.
No.
Oh, well,
is your mute button dead? That's amazing.
No. I think I have the wrong thing hooked up. One sec.
All right.
Because
the wrong microphone? You sound fantastic. I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fix that right now.
That's fine. We'll just keep on thinking the thing. Here, this is what you see down there in the room below. What you see is spirits. Lots and lots of spirits, all wandering to and fro from table to table in the gloom. Dozens of them. All of them have just horrible wounds and scars and distensions of limbs, and they all just look absolutely miserable. There's one that actually seems to be carting around another spirit by an ethereal chain. And you hear this spirit crying out for mercy. And none of these spirits, although they are all wandering to and fro within this space, none of them seem to be aware of each other. I'm going to give you guys a handout. This is what you see.
Can you hear me now?
You got all their heads through the design.
Oh wow, that volume is very different.
Is that better?
Turn your gain down just a smidge, but it does seem to be coming through. I don't know if it's coming through your headset though.
Yeah.
It sounds good on my end, but maybe it's too loud on yours.
Can't hear you now, Maeve. It sounds like you're muted now.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it was so for some reason it's been coming through my headset instead of my microphone, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a nice microphone.
Oh, then I will bring down your microphone gain on Discord. Go ahead and give it a test. Let's hear how you sound.
Test.
Wonderful.
Better?
Much better.
Great. Thanks. Yes, I kept hitting the mute button when I sneezed, and I guess I've been using the wrong input.
That's why. Fine. That's why. Deafening us with your massive sneezes. I loved it.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't give a crap. I deafen my children all day with my sneezes, and they enjoy it. And even if they don't, I don't care. This is what you see. This enormous array of spirits.
I only see this spirit right here.
Oh, you don't see the handout?
The others, no.
I gave you a handout.
Oh, I see the handout.
Yeah.
I see the handout, but should I be seeing more on the map?
Oh, no.
I think this is just...
Because you're up one floor, right? So you wouldn't see those down there in the floor below unless you were down on the bottom floor.
Now I understand. Now I understand the map. We're on the balcony.
You are, exactly, yes.
So there's just this one spirit on the balcony.
That's the butler, right? That's the guy who's been waiting for you guys to come up to him.
Well, then I will cross to him. It does seem like a lovely party.
He just sort of raises an eyebrow and sort of sniffs, in a haughty fashion, and continues on his rather unmerry way. Phases right through a door to the south.
We don't see Zan, correct? Anywhere?
You do not see Zan.
God damn it, Zan.
Damn it, Zan! That's gonna be the rallying cry of this campaign. Damn it, Zan!
Well, are you coming? And Adir's gonna open the door.
So, we're in agreement that we never saw Zan, right?
Zan was here. Zan went somewhere else. We'll find him later, but he made his choices and we're making ours.
Well, I just mean like if he causes problems, he's pretty good at that.
If Zan causes problems, he had nothing to do with us. Yes.
Great.
But if Zan chooses to if Zan makes stupid choices that end in him staying here, well, you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. Right?
Yeah.
And saying that will follow Ghost Butler through the door.
Many of the walls in this hallway have been just sort of almost torn down or have fallen in, so that you're able to see, even though the doors of many of these rooms are closed, you're able to sort of see into their interior. You see one to your southwest where just this huge heap of detritus has fallen in from the ceiling, and it's just lying there. The ghost continues to the east, floating along their way. Passing by a door, and then stopping by a smaller door to the a little further to the east, and then just stopping and putting his arms down and just nodding towards the door.
This door?
Yes, that door.
Huh.
That's my best drawing of a question mark.
Yeah, that's the one right here.
I was just putting a question mark at the door.
Yeah, it's the door we're standing next to, right?
Yep, but I want to see where he... Oh, he just nods towards it, but he doesn't go any further?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, all right, well then I'll open the door.
Okay. He sort of sniffs and says, no. You must knock and announce yourself, of course.
Close the door.
Well, the door didn't
open.
Okay. Alright. Then I will knock on the door and say... Hold on, let me pull up my notes. I don't know, Zan's not here, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so... Renaglion, Devon Glen, and Adir Kirishil request an audience with Lord Godefroy at his pleasure.
Don't forget Karsten. Karsten's here too.
I don't have Karsten. What's Karsten's last name?
Karsten Engelsfeuer.
And Karsten Engelsfeuer.
Karsten, like...
Request an audience with Lord Godefroy.
You look over at Karsten. Karsten's, like, sniffing the air. He's like, you guys smell that?
Passive perception check to see if I smell that?
Yeah, none of you smell anything. Karsten's
Active
sort of...
perception to see if I smell that?
Go for it.
22.
There is a smell of sort of yeast, like the smell of like fresh yeast coming from the door that you passed.
From
like
this
the door
one.
to the
Okay.
left. Yeah. Weird. Like real strong in my nose. Whatever. It's fine. Looks over at you. Nice announcement. That was good.
Thought for a second you smelled your book there.
I mean, I'm not that good.
Either way, that's the announcement I make at the door.
The butler nods at you, and then phases right through the door.
Do I open it or?
I mean,
Gonna try to open the door and do you want to know where the yeast smell is coming from? I don't know. Wait, Karsten is our rogue, right?
Karsten isn't the rogue. Zan was the rogue.
Zan was the rogue. Karsten's the other fighter. That's right. Damn it. Zan.
No, that's not correct. Karsten is the rogue.
Karsten is the hunter. He is the
Are you
ranger.
sure?
Yep.
Oh, really? Because what you sent us did say that Karsten was a rogue and Zan was a fighter.
That is the notes I have.
Let me check on that.
That's the notes I have too.
I will post it in chat.
I think they both have sort of similar abilities. Give me one check to check that.
Yep, that's exactly what I have.
Let me check that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you're right.
Didn't Karsten die by a trap?
Yeah, he did.
He was the first one
yeah, that's right. Yep. So he is a rogue.
That was the backstory that we made up.
That makes it works fine. Yeah, so he is a rogue. Sorry.
I mean,
so Karsten being the rogue, I was like, Karsten, do you want to check out the yeast smell while the rest of us go in here?
It works for me.
But you just announced him, though. Okay, we're doing this. Let's just do it.
I can also redact because you told Matt told me to add him later, so I'm just going to redact that I didn't announce Karsten.
It's fine. I'm fine with that. Karsten like tugs on the door. The door doesn't open. He's like, well, shit. And he pulls out a pair of, he pulls out nothing because he doesn't have any thieves' tools. He's like, well, I got nothing. What's this chick have on her?
I mean, I have something I think better than thieves' tools.
What you got?
Just gonna take out the fucking crowbar.
He's like, that's a little like.
I could.
Brusque.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. Moynot will sneak over real quick and use one charge of the skeleton key.
Oh, nice.
It hasn't been recharged, has it?
Yeah, it has.
It recharges
at dawn.
We've slept. We've slept. It's back.
That's true.
Adir will kind of pat their pockets and say, "Wait, this might be helpful."
Oh, nice. Here, let me have that.
And we'll come over and unlock the door for Karsten with the skeleton key, and then come back over here.
Okay. Karsten opens the door and says, "Holy shit!" and then disappears inside and shuts the door behind him.
Is that a good holy shit or a bad holy shit?
Make an insight check.
Then we'll find out in 5 minutes.
Does anyone else have like a strong sense of deja vu? Like this is how we all died last time?
One by one,
that's
they
a nat
died.
20.
Yeah. That's a good holy
Nice,
shit. That's a good holy shit.
That's a holy shit. I found more food.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so at this point,
yeah,
hearing the good holy shit over there, so Karsten has done something cool, and they've announced themselves. Open the door.
You open the door to a small study. I need to turn the music down because you guys don't hear the ghost waltz anymore.
We just hear very quietly.
No, I don't think you hear it at all anymore. The door opens to this study or office. Books line the walls, old tomes that are coated with cobwebs and dust. Books that haven't seen the light of day for many, many years. And at the end of this room, sitting behind a desk, is a translucent blue diaphanous figure in a rotting, dilapidated leather chair. This figure is balding. He has ragged tufts of hair coming out from the side of his head. He's wearing a pair of somewhat oversized glasses or spectacles on his withered face. His eyes are beady and they peer at you as you open the door. And he gestures with a single withered hand towards you. See, his hand is covered with spectral jewelry. And he just sort of, with one hand, just waves you in.
Just before we enter the room, Adir will send a message to both Devin and Ren saying, I'd like to try something, but feel free to step in if it fails.
Well, ladies first, as the old saying goes, and he gestures to Amnesia and Moina.
And we'll step into the room.
So Devin would stand in the doorway and do a bow, the same kind of bow that was done to Lord Foxgrove, and then step in.
And then we'll follow in the rest and close the door behind him.
So this is the best token I could probably come up with, and unfortunately it doesn't have any in-book art for Lord Wilfred Godefroy.
Nice. Still like it. Good.
Yeah.
Good art. Adir will step forward and say, Lord Godefroy, I would like to question you about your dealings with the alchemist Rastinon.
Actually, I think we should do introductions first.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. My name is Adir Kirishil. And I would like to ask you about the alchemist Rastinon. I do believe he has had some ill intent towards you.
You see that he has his hand wrapped around a pen, which he's sort of flipping over and over as you speak, almost in a nervous habit. And he just stares at you as you speak. He doesn't interrupt you. And his face is just immutable. It doesn't change. There's no emotion whatsoever. There's no reaction to anything that you've said so far.
So, my name is Devin, Devin Glenn. We're here for a few reasons, actually. We're also looking for the Rod of Hutris and the...
also related to Rastinon and his work.
Yeah, and also the... what was the other one called? The Rod of Rastinon, too. But I think that's been missing for a while now.
His spectral eyes shift between the two of you. Then over at Ren. Almost expectantly.
And I am Ren Anaglion, and one of the faithful, and, well, I was tasked to look after these people, and, well, you can see how that went.
He's just constantly flipping that pen over and over again in his hand.
Also,
I do believe that Rastinon used you in ill faith. So would you tell us what you know?
His lips part and he says...
him and his rod.
He says, the rod of Hutris, yes. The last reminder of my terrible mistake. He frowns, he sort of strokes his chin. Why do you wish to obtain the Rod of Hutris?
Well, out of game, does Adir remember why they wanted it in their previous life?
Yes, I think that in their previous life they were instructed to do so. The Order of the Guardian specifically stated that it was the key, it was like a key component of this thing called the apparatus. That's all you really knew.
well, I mean,
Well, it is part of Rastinon's apparatus. Do you know of the apparatus?
Of course, I am aware of the apparatus. You are telling me information I know already. Why do you wish to obtain it?
To set things right.
Set things right. And how would you set things right?
I mean, you just... Sorry.
Tell me, Lord Godfrey. What was your great mistake?
He says, after like a second or two, where just for a millisecond, you see his eyes sort of come up at the, or his cheeks sort of wince a bit, so that it makes his eyes appear a little bit more veiled. And he says, "It was very long ago. I used the apparatus myself. I hoped that it would be the way to ferry the souls of my wife and daughter to rest. However, it did the opposite. It killed every living thing in Mordant Shire and transposed this place to a new realm."
Would you not like to undo that mistake? I think you would.
I have tried for many years. And he just stops now, flipping the pen, and he's sort of squeezing it. Many years. To recant for my mistake, for my errors in the past. But it will not let me or the rest of those who are trapped here leave. It is the living remnant of my mistake.
What is? The rod? Or the
No,
apparatus?
neither. It is the embodiment of my failure. The embodiment of the disease that plagues this land. The collar in darkness.
I'm sorry, the what?
He does not repeat that phrase. Whether it
okay,
be
so
for
out of game, was that color or collar?
Collar.
Collar.
Collar as in the thing you put on a pet collar.
No, collar, not like as in
caller
something
as in
who
you call on the phone.
Exactly.
Caller as in one who calls.
Yes,
okay, thank you.
One who calls.
Sorry, I was having a hard. I thank you. Do you think the collar in darkness was activated by the rod or the apparatus?
He looks at you and he says, "Activated. No. Summoned. Created by my mistake. And now, with each soul, it grows stronger. Tethering those who have lost their lives to this plane, never to achieve freedom."
Wait. So you're saying if you die here, you can't leave. Is that correct?
He does not respond.
I'm just going to sort of look between Ren and Nadir.
Where is this caller? Is he here?
It.
Is it here? I'm sorry.
It resides at the heart of the house, in its deepest delves.
Out of game, working for the Guardians, but I knew about amber plinths, yes?
Yeah.
Is it encased in amber?
Are you saying that out loud to
Yes.
Lord Godfrey?
Yes.
He squints and says, "Far from it."
How do you mean, far from it?
He sort of neglects to hear that question as the sound of laughter, a child's laughter, sort of distracts him for a moment. He says, No, not again. They must not distract my work again.
She's going to come closer, or they're going to come closer and say, what work must they not distract? What are you doing here?
He does not respond, and he says, "If you wish to have the rod of Hutras, which is what I believe your intent is to have come here, then you must rid this house of its presence."
How do we do such a thing?
If I'm hearing this correctly, you said that if they die here, they stay here. And I'm pretty sure we can't affect that in any way. Even if we do kill them, they'll just return here. So, what do you expect us to do? Do you want us to go down and maybe destroy the apparatus, and that will feed them all?
No, you insipid fool. The apparatus has long been destroyed. The rod of Rastodon, as you call it, long since taken. The Hutras rod, my last connection to my final mistake. Birthing that monstrosity in the basement of my dwelling.
So we are going to destroy the rod, is what you're saying?
If you destroy the rod, then why have you come here? You...
What is the monstrosity?
It has no other name than that which I have granted it. The Caller! The Caller in darkness.
How did you create the Caller?
It was created when the apparatus murdered every living man, woman, and child in this village.
Did the apparatus create it, or was it summoned by the apparatus?
I see no difference.
And you say the apparatus was destroyed in this endeavor?
Yes.
Was the apparatus here in your basement when it was destroyed?
He takes a long look at you and says, "Yes."
And where was Rastodon?
Rastodon was long dead by the time I assembled the pieces to the apparatus.
Was this when you were still alive, or was this afterwards?
He sort of grits his teeth and says, I would not have had the temerity to do it whilst I was still mortal.
Right.
If we dispel this creature in your basement, will you go and release those you've kept in captivity here?
He stops gritting the pen and begins to spin it again. And says, if you destroy this creature, I will grant you the rod.
And what are the spirits you have held in this realm?
I have very little to do with their final fate.
And what does?
Ah, if only I could answer that.
Can I insight check him to see if he actually knows the answer?
Sure.
I actually had a question about that.
22.
He doesn't seem to be playing with you when he says that.
Okay. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, have you sent anyone before to deal with this caller in darkness?
And if I had, would that make you tremble in fear?
No, I'm just wondering if... Did you send us to deal with it before?
He laughs. For the first time, you've seen a sign of levity on this spirit's face. And he says, your fates were decided long before you arrived at my door. He hears that child laughing, and he sort of stops spinning the pen, slams the pen down on the table, and says, now, if you have no other business, I have things that I must attend to.
I actually just have one more question.
Make it a quick one.
It's really quick, actually. Will someone show us to the basement?
Yes, Janice will, of course. He points to the butler. The butler bows.
Great.
If that is all, good day to you. And then he just opens a book and begins to write in ethereal script in this pen that he's been holding.
Out of game, Matt, what is Louisa's sleight of hand? Because I think she might be the best at this.
Well, let's find out. I'll tell you right away. Louisa's sleight of hand is +4.
She is the best then. Then Moynot is going to send a message to Carson that says,
Do you mean a deer?
be your quietest. Sorry, yes. A deer is going to send a message to Carson that says, we do need you to be your quietest. If you could try to grab pen that Godfrey has been fiddling with, I feel that it may be useful.
Carson responds back and he goes, what? A pan? What do you mean a pan?
Message back, in this room, idiot, after we leave.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'm sitting pretty. I got my book.
I'm so glad you have your book, but there are other things at stake if you have not realized that yet.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. What are you all doing in there?
Trying to save ourselves, and like this is like as she's like ceremoniously bowing and making their way back out to the hallway. Oh, I don't know. Just trying to save ourselves, do the job we were brought back for, and save everyone in this goddamn house.
I mean, you don't have to get snippy about it. It's cool. Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Well, the message.
Do you care about the rest of us or not, Carson?
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, Devin's just going to, just bow again and just leave the room.
Okay. About Ren.
Ren is totally confused about what they're supposed to be doing here, so he's just going to walk down.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, the ghost sort of, butler sort of flits out of the room and then motions to one of you to shut the door behind you. What you do?
Great, can shut it.
The wind's shut.
The door next door to yours opens, and Karsten exits. He's holding a piece of stale bread. He's just chewing on it, and in the other hand, he's got his book. He's reading it.
Sends one last message to Karsten that says, "Dip into that room and get the pen, and then follow us, please." Karsten.
It's a good thing this is all in message, because...
Yeah, for real.
Hear this.
The ghost would be like, "I'm sorry, what?" Karsten's like, looks at you like, looks at he's like, sort of like one of these to the door that you guys just came out from.
I looked at it. It's a wizard cantrip. They'd know it.
Karsten will make a stealth check and see if he can get in there without being noticed.
I mean, we're all stealth at this point, I think.
I don't think so.
Not stealth anymore.
You're stealth with, as soon as you got seen, your stealth goes bye-bye. So let's see how Karsten makes out with the stealthins.
Roll that one publicly if you can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As soon as I open the
hall,
goddamn... Where's the character sheet? Why are my character sheet's not working?
Lisa, where's your character
I
sheet?
know, for real. Oh, that's why. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna roll into public. Actually, I think whenever I roll another person's character sheet, it automatically does it public anyway. So, here we go. That's a 10 on stealth.
Oh, shit.
He sort of, like, moves towards the door. He's like... Opens the door, and you just hear... Opens the door. Looks down...
Head grab.
Looks down into the room at someone who's clearly in the room, and he's like, good day to you, sir. I'll just be... Closes the door.
This isn't the bathroom at all.
Well, he's still got a piece of bread in his hands. Like, oh no.
Wrong
person.
Oh, hell no. And shuts the door.
Wrong door. Sorry.
Wrong door.
It should be
Forgive our late friend. Which way to the basement?
This way, says the butler, and flits through the door to the northeast.
I'm just going to look around the corner real quick.
You see there's a couple of rooms. There's a window. It seems to be some kind of like a double bed there on the side.
Want to look in this door here?
Right in there? Yeah, it is unlocked if you would like to open it.
Okay, I'm going to do it quietly.
Sure.
Should I roll stealth?
Yeah, I don't think you've rolled a stealth since you've been seen, so if you'd like to go for it.
That's a 14.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, you think you're pretty quiet. You open the door, and there's just like you're hit in the face with just a big old ball of dust as you look inside, and there is just an array of dust-laden clothing. Coats and sweaters and shirts and pants and everything that you could possibly want that has been moth-eaten basically to tatters has just cascaded onto you. In the side there is a sort of a small table with a shattered mirror, and some I guess some accoutrement. This is basically just a walk-in closet.
Can I look inside the accoutrement?
Yeah, absolutely. Shattered mirror, the remnants of what seems to be just very old stylistic makeup, like a molding cup of what seems to be some kind of a rouge or powder that's got like bugs settled inside of it.
Okay. Does anything happen if I look at the mirror?
Oh dear.
I mean, Devin doesn't know this, so...
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, Devin, you stare into the mirror, and you watch as your features change. You are no longer with this head of black hair and green eyes and supple skin. That your skin turns pallid and your cheeks become more prominent. Your eyes turn almost black and your hair turns pure white. Beyond that, nothing really changes. Except you look down at your belt and all of your clothing and all of your weaponry, and it's gone.
What? That's gonna suck.
Yep.
What just happened? I'm gonna like step outside this closet and just peek around the corner. Hey guys.
I'm just gonna switch you to the winter look for now because I don't have the actual token for her. But yeah, there.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I got it.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh,
that was the perfect time for creepy child laugh in the soundtrack.
Totally. You know, exactly.
You said all my weapons are gone.
All your weapons are gone.
Well then, okay.
I'm gonna give you a. I think you do have access to the Jennifer character sheet, though. Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in. I don't think it's in. Roll 20.
It is. It is. As far as I remember, it is. In fact,
I don't have access to Roll 20 version.
Okay, let me give you access to it. Hopefully, it's the most recent version. And if it's not, then don't worry about it because everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
I
don't like to laugh.
So wait, is when she looks in a mirror, she switches between sisters? Oh,
that's
Jesus.
correct.
I mean, but it's still going to be Devin's personality right now,
is.
just Jennifer's skill set.
Exactly. Oh, I do have a token. Hell yes, absolutely. I love it. Here we are. Here's Jennifer's token. Right there.
Can you blow that up for us?
Sure can.
But the hair
is black. I don't know why. I must have fucked up the hair, but it's fine. I can Photoshop it.
No, oh God, she does not look friendly at all.
I mean, you know what? Well, the hair was dyed black though, so
that's true. That's true. It wouldn't have turned white. That's a good point. Yeah.
Perfect. So that works.
Yes. There you go.
Do I get control of that token now? I guess.
I believe you have that control of that token. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You're moving it around, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna move myself in the closet over here.
Okay.
Oh, but the lighting's on that token.
Oh, then let me just give you
lighting on this.
Apologies. Let me just give that token lighting. Dynamic lighting is on.
Should she be injured? Because she doesn't have full health.
I will give her full health. Yep, she should have 68 hit points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have the same hit points. So you and your sister have the same.
I'll take it and run.
Cool beans.
Ooh, I do have access to a character sheet. I don't know what Matt did to it.
It's an NPC character sheet, so it's not a it's not a character sheet.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's good enough.
It's good enough for now. You'll be fine. Okay. So yeah, you guys watch as like Amnestria or I should say, sorry, Devin disappears into this door. You see like a puff of dust, coughing, and then stepping, creaking onto the floor, and coming around the corner is this figure. Just walks differently.
Question, actually.
Well, walks differently would have the same face because they would still have the makeup on.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean they are twins, right? Jennifer and Loria are twins, but they just look different. You know how you can see when you have identical twins that even if they are identical, they just are very different in their appearance. If you know what I mean.
Oh, the thing is, I'm going to tell you that I have known identical twins in my life for whom that is not true at all.
They are just so keenly...
That just, unless you knew that, like, I have known identical twins that you can tell apart easily. And I have known identical... And, like, I think it depends on, like, your level of closeness to them as a person.
My wife
Because I have...
Yeah, go ahead.
I have also known I have also known identical twins that to this day I'm like, which one are you? I don't even know.
My wife has...
Or, like, my... Go ahead, Matt.
No. My wife has cousins who are identical. 2 boys. And they are identical as the twins in The Shining. Right? Come play with us, Danny. And they're just as creepy. I love them to death, but they're creepy as hell. And one is always smiling and happy and joyous. And the other one is dour as a sourpuss. He's just like...
So, like, my childhood best friend, whose name is also Sarah, by the way, had twin younger brothers about 1.5 years younger than us. And when I first met her, I couldn't tell them apart. And then as she and I became closer friends, the two of them became like night and day to me. Because I'm like, oh yeah, obviously I know which one's which. But then, you know, life goes on. We're all in our 40s now. I don't see them as often. Now... If one of her brothers is home visiting and I see him, I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, which one are you? I don't know. Like, it's funny. Like, it depends on how close you are to them in the moment, to me, at least.
So, let's see. I mean, Devin just sort of comes around the corner, I guess, and looks a little different.
I will say that Adir... Actually, I want to make a perception check for Adir to see if they notice the difference.
Okay. I think I'm going to have Ren do the same.
That's fine.
Can I have Devin make a similar perception check?
Sure.
Just because he was a guard for the family, so yeah. I'm just curious if he would be able to put 2 and 2 together.
I think Ren doesn't notice.
No.
Adir, you notice there's a slight dissimilarity because they're not wearing the same clothing, I think.
Oh. That's a 7.
You got a 7?
Yeah.
When did you get a 7? I didn't see you roll.
Why is it rolling to you specifically?
I don't even see it rolling to me. That's the weird thing.
Roll to DM.
Oh. Interesting. Wait, can anyone else see that?
Nobody. I don't think anybody can.
Well, you're on player mode for the stream, aren't you?
That's a good point. But I still should see it. Oh, that's weird. Yes, you're right.
DM.
Yeah, you're right. It was rolled directly to the DM. Yes, that's a 7. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I never used that before.
Interesting. Indeed. Yeah. Devin just sort of...
But so the clothing actually changed too.
Yeah. Full on.
Then Adir, noticing that, will sort of look at Devin for a moment.
I'm just gonna
look around to see if it looks like anyone else has noticed, and seeing that no one else has,
I mean, Ren probably knows to change of clothes, but other than that, he's just like, "Say you found a cupboard, did you? Okay, then change your clothes."
Then, just kind of send Devin a message saying, "You're different. Are you okay? Are you still there?"
Yeah. I looked at a mirror. It's broken, and I got some new digs, threads. I don't know if would Devin feel any different? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that you would notice. Actually, you know what? Now that I come to think about it, yes, I think you would, because your abilities have all changed. So I feel like, number one, you would feel a lot less sort of physically tough. You'd feel a lot more confident, perhaps, in your sort of in your seat. You'd feel like you have the sort of nascent power and ability, which, although I think Devin probably would never have used, because Devin is Devin is the rogue, right? Am I right?
No, Devin is
Devin's the fighter. Yeah,
defensive
yeah,
fighter.
yeah. So Devin has absolutely no idea as to the sort of like nascent power within this body. He wouldn't understand how to use it.
I mean, I just feel, I feel weird without a weapon. Why would this form not have a weapon?
So what would happen if you looked in that mirror again? Would you...
This was all in message. This was silent. You guys couldn't hear it.
The ghost has... Sorry. Yeah, the ghost, by the way, has completely...
The ghost is waiting.
The ghost has disappeared.
So...
Through the door.
Adir does step towards Devin and say, "I'm sure you're fine, but I'll protect you. Come." And then move back towards the group to go through the door.
Goes through the door. Back into the balcony.
Yep. You're back out to the balcony. The ghost is standing there, arms crossed. Oh, I see. You've decided to join me. Sort of just haughtily floating back down the stairway.
Whatever, ghost boy. That's in my head, not out loud.
Fair. Ghost boy! Alright.
Need a deck check to walk downstairs?
Nope. I'm gonna. That was only a one-time laffy taffy deal. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say that the four of you make your way down to the first floor.
I do keep trying to message Razan the whole way down.
I actually had a question.
Go for it.
Regarding going down the stairs. I mean, Devin knows the stairs are old and rickety. Would anything happen if they thought, like, really light thoughts? Trying to just walk very lightly.
What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Well, as I recall the last time that this form appeared,
trying to cast a
floated off the ground. Well, I don't know if that was a spell that she was using, or if that was just like some ability she had. She was like floating off the ground before.
Right.
So I don't know if if Devin thinks really light thoughts, if that would occur or
not. Make an Arcana check.
Think light thoughts. Think light thoughts. Think light thoughts. I can't even say that. Try and say that fast.
It's a 22.
I know what's the problem, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and change the character sheet to have you not whisper. That actually is the real reason why it's still just...
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I know why now. So let me fix that.
They look both sisters reunited to help.
What was that?
I said they're both here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Mastery was
yeah. Well, no, it's because I didn't remove it from the previous sword. There we go.
It's okay.
All right, there we go. So now try doing a roll. Oh, you already did the roll. Yeah, the roll was
22.
A 22. That's right. Yeah, I feel like you will be able to levitate a little bit with that. Like you just sort of feel your feet come off the floor a bit, and you're like, okay, that's new.
Dear, help.
A deer will look back and say, "What?" And go up and reach to grab Devon's hand and say, "I don't know what's happening, but come this way." And pull Devon with them down the stairs.
Really weird. Okay. This is kind of cool, but it's weird.
You did it. I don't know how to make it stop, but I'll guide you down the stairs.
Just like looking around for like an off button on the clothing, like with a gauntlet. Like, it's like looking for like jewelry or like something.
Good luck.
Well, I guess it's, yeah. Go down the stairs. Great. Let's go.
Okay.
Like tie a string around my wrist or something. You know, pull me like a balloon.
Yeah.
A deer is pulling you by the hand. A deer has got you by the hand, just waiting for the ghost to lead the way.
The ghost floats sort of over the banister into the main hallway here.
Then we'll
and phases through the door.
Devon down the stairs and to the door.
Okay. Clearly the party has ended because there is no longer any music as you ascend, not ascend, but transcend through the door. Descend. Send. You just send through the door.
Just send it.
You send yourselves through the door into this place where you see that there are just dozens and dozens of place settings at a variety of tables here in this ballroom, which just goes out for like, I don't know, 100, 150 feet. It's just a cavernous space. But because there is no one here, no sign of life, no sign of unlife.
What about Zan? Is Zan not here?
Zan is not there.
God damn it, Zan.
Damn it, Zan!
Lost Zan.
Zan! That was a con reference, and I'm not going back on it.
Oh, Lanik is gonna kill us if we lost Cave. Anyhow.
I moved up here, so move yourself up there.
I'm moving.
There you go.
Moving. Yeah, the ghost will sort of move to the east, phase through the door to the south.
Dragging you with me, friend. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over, baby.
All right.
Sorry.
Karsten. The ghost points at a door right there. Right directly above to the north of the ghost. That door, you open it, and that's right. You like open the door.
Sorry,
like, door.
I was trying to ping. This door is the one he's pinging.
Yep,
okay,
definitely opened that door. Ghost looks at you as you open the door, and as you do so, as the door swings open, this utter feeling of just heart-wrenching despair overcomes all of you. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Here we go again.
Oof.
I don't have those. So
I
do. Never mind.
You should, yeah.
I do, yeah.
Oh damn, you are propped up as Jennifer.
I'm sorry, can I retroactively Tale of the Clever Animal myself?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a reaction? I think that you have to use it on someone, right? Before
I
they
can
make
use
the
it
check?
on myself. That is the text of it.
Immediately after rolling, so
yeah,
which is what she's doing.
It says for an extra die immediately after rolling the d20 and add the extra die number to the check. The extra die is the same as your bardic inspiration die.
So basically, like if I give that to myself right before I have to roll, I get to add my bardic inspiration die to it, but also for the next 10 minutes.
This was a save.
With a check.
Check. Versus save. Yeah. Okay, then never mind. Then I'm going to leave it alone.
All
okay.
Right. The Friday Night Magic Room. God. Yeah. Okay. So, I need to do Louisa too. Wisdom. Yeah. Oh shit! She has a +7 on wisdom. Fuck yeah. Yeah, she got a 20. No problem.
Another 20.
Another 20. So Devin and Karsten.
Dear.
Devin and Karsten are okay.
And me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's that's true. All three of you guys 20 20 20 20. It's just a deer.
That's why I said another 20.
20 20 20. A deer. As the flood of energy, of negative energy, just passes over and around and through you. You drop to your knees and recant to everyone around you the most horrible experience that you have had in your life right now.
I fall to my knees and I begin to remember that moment, the first time that we tried to finish this mission, and I was peering at a wall with some sort of arcane inscription in it, and I was trying so hard to figure out what it meant, and I was so involved in what I was doing that I did not hear or understand anything else that was happening around me. I was so involved and I was so close. And then, without warning, because I was completely unaware, I was hit from the side by some blast of arcane magic, and I fell to the ground, and I looked up, and I was grievously injured, but I looked at the rest of my party fighting for their lives, and I climbed up from where I had fallen down and was pulling all of my willpower together to fight with my friends, and I managed to throw off a single spell, and I'm standing next to Devin, and I am trying so hard to protect him and to do what I can to keep him alive, and I make eye contact with him as I try to say something, and I can't, because in that moment I am struck down by a necrotic energy spell that just sucks the entire life out of my body, and I am gone.
Karsten's mouth sort of drops open.
Of my life.
And Karsten puts his hand on your shoulder. Doesn't say anything.
Devin is still floating, but they're going to kind of just like try to just steady themselves so they can just sort of reach down and just hug you.
Will basically just dissolve into Devin in tears.
I'm going to give you a stress point, unfortunately.
That's fair. Do it.
And I think, yeah, that's it for now.
Pat their hair.
Gonna
be okay.
The butler points down, Ghost of Christmas Future style, to the basement. Says, that is where The collar has made its lair.
We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. What brand do I have? Song of Rest. I was looking around. I'm like, no, I'm not a high enough level bard to have Inspiring Leader. God damn it.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I sent you a message on Discord because I was curious if what you sent me was.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. We can fix that before next time.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Yep. We can always fix that before next time. Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure because I don't know if I will need any of those things. So
we're going to work on that before next time.
Right.
Nobody other than me needs hit points right now, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, no, I'm always down. Okay, then I'm not going to propose a short rest.
Well, I mean, Brent did give you 8 hit points from what you left, remember?
No, I know. He gave me 8. Oh, that's fine. I'm at 47 out of 60.
Well, I mean, I think just taking a moment to collect yourself would be good, though. Might not be a short rest, but just a few minutes.
Well, let me look at this real quick. Actually,
it's time to pump yourself
can we take like actually at this point Adir was going to say, I know that we need to go through this door, but something inside me is telling me that we should wait for a moment. And she turns to their ghostly host and says, do you need to lead us any further beyond this point?
No. I will not traverse further.
Then, my friends, if you don't mind, can we please wait here a moment? Something from this body is telling me that we should.
I mean, we're not in any kind of rush, I don't think. I mean, if we need time to just refocus and just get ourselves prepared, make sure all our inventory is in order, make sure it's easy to get to, all that fun stuff.
I mean, I actually,
no one will.
I actually think that's a good idea. You seem really shaken, and I have no idea. I mean, at least the body I had before had weapons. I don't know what to do with this, and I'm just gonna kind of like do like hand motions, not really knowing what they're doing.
Well, then, why don't you take this moment to figure out, well, if it seems like this body cuts itself, then maybe you need to figure out what it does when it cuts itself. Perhaps we need a moment here.
Question actually. If I look at the hands of this person now, are they covered in scars anymore? Or
from what I remember, I don't believe that when Jennifer takes over your body, I don't believe you have scars on your hands. I think.
Jennifer is not a blood hunter, then?
She's not.
Ah, interesting.
Spellcaster.
Very much so.
Some kind.
Yes.
Not kind of sure what spellcaster, but she is a spellcaster.
Very much so.
For all we know, she could be an artificer.
Okay.
Well, then if you give me a moment to recollect myself, perhaps I can walk you through some of the things you might be able to do.
All right. What are you thinking?
All right. Well, the first thing that
message cantrip.
Well, no. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start singing and sing a song of rest.
Oh, so you guys are taking a song. You guys are taking a short rest. Then it sounds like
a short rest before we go to the door. Yes.
Okay. If you do so and you decide to sort of like hunker down here on the floor or whatever it is, the ghost sort of looks at you, like not immediately going down to the basement, and sort of just huffs and says, Very
well, that's why I asked him if he had any further to lead us, and he said no.
No, he didn't.
So at this
That's
point,
correct.
this is where we rest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, like, you guys have probably been dealing with this Caller in Darkness, was it? For a while. I think in like another hour or so isn't going to hurt us.
Nice. Yay, I rolled the highest possible.
I would go ahead and say that this butler says, I will inform the master. And he sort of floats around and perhaps to some degree, maybe a little bit through Luis's body. She's like, oh, whoa, what was that? And then the ghost disappears through the doorway, leaving you alone.
And then her song of rest morphs into another song, which is... So Clever Animal goes away. Oh, sorry. Meant to make him just go away. And turns into... Nice. Did she tell him lies or did she tell him the truth? No one will ever know. No one will ever know. And it's the tale of the beguiler. So when I bestow this wisdom throw, or it takes 2d8 psychic damage and incapacitate till the end of my next turn.
So you can just hold on to that.
I can hold on to that. I bestow it as an action.
Cool beans.
But then I will, I don't know what kind of spell this Jennifer form can cast.
That's correct.
But I would like to make a performance roll to try to help her figure out by showing, once again, like I did before, showing the somatic components.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to help her figure out any spells that she knows that are also on the wizard spell list, helping her figure out that she knows them.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm going to do just because I want to sort of roll things through here. I don't think that you need to roll for this, since you're doing a short rest. Like, you're taking the time here in this haunted house to be like, hey, let's have a little rest. I'm going to teach you about how to cast spells. Cool? And she's...
Cool.
I guess. I mean, spells, whatever.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like work through her with any spells that she may or may not know.
Mm-hmm.
And try and help her figure out what they are.
Yeah. We can compare and contrast spell lists.
Well, I mean, according to my research, Moynat only has 3 spells that are not on the wizard spell list, so if she casts them, it'll totally be like, how the fuck did I do that?
Right.
And honestly, only really one of those is a reaction spell, so that one would come up in combat when she just does it without knowing, and the other 2 she probably won't cast.
So that's fine, because I think what we're going to do between now and next session is shore up Jennifer's character sheet a smidge to align her with her current level of power, so that also Maeve has an understanding of how to use Jennifer as a spellcaster rather than just as an NPC stat block. I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I think we can do, folks. Seeing as you guys are hunkering down in this room, the sound of Moynat's song of the beguiler, no one will ever know, no one will ever know, sort of echoing through the halls and into the ballroom. The camera tracks through this empty space and sort of like, no one will ever know, no one will ever know. The song is picked up by the spirits within that cannot see you and that you cannot see. and that they each pick up on that last phrase. No one will ever know. No one will ever. No one will ever. No one will ever. No one will ever know. And then all at once, no one will ever know. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Also, I was going to say just before they pick back up, Ren's going to do the cast aid.
Oh, aid!
So,
nice. Go.
One small thing about where they're practicing this sort of thing, I would say they would probably go to the room to the south because there seems to be a window in there.
You know, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You guys can track in there too.
Yeah. It just, like, if there are spells that she can cast, shoot them out the fucking window.
Absolutely. Sure. You are in a sort of abandoned kitchen, so who knows? There's like an old abandoned stove and desiccated foodstuffs and cobwebs everywhere. So,
I can see someone over here through the window, but okay, whatever.
Who? What do you see?
There's a ghost.
That's just ghosts. They're just ghosts.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine. That's just ghosts.
They're living their best life, or on life.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely living their best on life. Oh, this gentleman over here. Yes. You do see someone who is definitely not a ghost. He's out in the garden.
Yeah.
He's just chilling out in the garden.
Yeah. I just lost my inspiration, though, because I didn't use it in this session, didn't I?
No, yeah. That's all right.
I had no need to, unfortunately.
It's fine. It's fine. You could have used it on that saving throw.
That's a fair point.
Too late now.
It's all right. So yeah, I guess kind of like you do look out into the garden as you guys come into this little room, and you do see there is actually a living person out in the garden, just hoeing weeds, almost sort of robot-like. That's what you see. But that will have to wait. That will have to wait for next time. Who is the single living person alive
that we found?
That you have found. That's true. Here.
On this estate, yes.
On this estate.
It's the Color in Darkness.
It is. Who knew? He was just, he had a farm. Color in Darkness had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Hello. We are...
Old McDarkness.
Just gotta write a good song for next time.
Nice. Very nice.
My songs were half-assed this time. I can't get mad about it.
You know what? You can't be awesome all the time, Sarah. You just have to accept it.
My songs can't also be magically poignant like they were for that one song.
Hey, for those of you who are not here in Australia like Red is, guess what? It's April Fool's. Hey, what's up? It's April 1st.
None of this ever happened.
It was all a dream.
I think I played the joke on myself getting to play Jennifer.
Amazing.
It's going to be really bad, I think. Really good, I don't know.
I didn't expect that, but I was happily surprised.
We'll see what happens when we come out of possession mode.
That's true. That's true.
Actually, that's a really good point. Well,
maybe you'll look in another mirror. Who knows?
Maybe she won't have to.
Since Carson has now technically found her,
his
final quest of finding his book.
Yes.
Does that change anything?
It does. But Carson will be made aware of that when Carson's owner comes back next week. Or in a week, 2 weeks. Those of you who have not completed your unfinished business, lo siento. But perhaps you will have time after you have done what needs to be done.
Oh, I will.
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, I will.
All right, that's it for tonight, folks. It's about 1:20 in the morning. Oh my goodness! And let's go around the horn. We only have 3 people tonight to go through, except for myself, to go through goodbyes. So let's get on down through it. Over here to my right, that's Sarah. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
Hey, I'm Sarah. You can find me here on Slices and Dices most Fridays and alternate Thursdays, other Thursdays on Mates of Fate. You can also find me on Instagram at Lovely Llama, where I am very bad at posting, and on Reddit at Lovely Llama with 2 L's in Lovely. Come check me out.
Awesome. Moving on down to Red. Red, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at social media websites that I don't post on, or you'll more likely find me on our Discord. But other than that, that's basically all where I post nowadays. It's just on Discord because I'm mostly just playing games. Other than that,
thank you, Red. Yes, Maeve is smiling about something. I don't know what, but I guess we'll have to find out in a second. Maeve, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me on both Slices and Dices and Maids of Fate. I play on multiple streams, and you can also find me at Maeve Climber on Twitter. I do art that I never post. Damn you, Elon Musk, nuking the website into oblivion, so I can't post anything because I never get any. Anyway, it's been really great to play with Mates of Fates tonight.
Yeah, as we say here on Mates of Fate, take care of yourself. But don't forget to take care of each other. Wait, what? Did I do that right?
No, that's not the Mates of Fate.
That's not. No, it's. Oh, fuck. Mute yourself, bitch. Mute yourself, bitch. Mute yourself.
Mute yourself, you bitch.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night and a great April 1st. Love you. Bye.
Bye.